It counts. Fires, hurricanes, earthquakes. When disaster strikes, Direct Relief immediately shows up with medicines, medical supplies, and everything doctors and nurses need to save lives. Let's ship her out! Every day across the United States and around the world, they're making an enormous difference. If someone needs help, Direct Relief helps. No politics, no red tape. Hey, what you doing over there?
Oh, I'm packing insulin for kids with diabetes.
See, every box here is literally a lifeline for someone in critical need. So check them out at directrelief.org and donate if you can. You might just bring a smile to someone's face.
People don't realize that glaucoma is one of the leading causes of blindness.
Because there are often no early symptoms, nearly half of those with glaucoma may not even know they have it until vision loss has occurred.
I was diagnosed with normal tension glaucoma in July of 2020. And what we found out at that point was I had already lost 40% of my sight. And you think it only affects people that are, 75 or older, retired, grandparents, and that's not the reality of it.
I didn't think at all glaucoma was going to affect me because I didn't know of anyone that had glaucoma, no one in my family. When you have glaucoma, you can't get back that sight that you lost. And so early detection and treatment is vitally, vitally important.
Don't miss life's most beautiful moments. Schedule an eye exam today.
National Glaucoma Research, a Bright Focus Foundation program, offers free resources and tips for healthy vision.
Learn how to protect your sight at stopglaucoma.org.
Join the movement. Listen to the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, the locally owned Good Karma brand station. The place for the realest conversations.
I appreciate United Garden Homes for stopping through with a check for $2,000.
Yes.
Some people came through anonymously.
Yes.
Dropped off money. The family has received those funds. And whatever you can do, if everybody do a little, nobody has to do a lot.
The movement continues.
What are some of the conditions in the jail that got people upset, like the living conditions on a day-to-day basis?
We'll come out our cell at 11 o'clock in the morning. We'll get food and we'll get medication. So that shortens the time. Out of those 2 hours, we'll probably get an hour out, and then we'll have to lock back down. And by lock back down, I mean we stay in our cell. We get fed in our cell. We don't come out our cell at all, and that's pretty much the biggest problem. And they simply say that they're short-staffed, but that's not enough because they knew that they were going to be short-staffed. Like, this has been a problem for over 2 years now.
The marathon continues.
There's never been a better time to make change in the city of Milwaukee, starting with the youth. And we talked about the housing. Willie Hines, y'all boy Willie Hines, and they trying to change the leadership over there. We got our hands full, and it's not the time. But we got attorney B. Ivy Lamar on the lines right now, calling from the courthouse. How you doing, attorney B. Ivy Lamar?
Hey, what's going on, Tory? I'm good, man. Happy to be here.
Joining me on the line, Dr. Umar Johnson. How you doing, brother, Dr. Umar Johnson?
Peace and Pan-Africanism, good brother, Black Power, to all my brothers and sisters in Milwaukee, Kenosha, Green Bay, Racine, and across the state of Wisconsin.
Yo, peace, King. I'm going to stand with you and walk with you, brother.
God bless you.
Because I think it's an important thing, what you're doing, and you need to have the support of the community. Regardless if we live in these areas or not, it all affects us in one way or shape or form.
It's time for that action and all the smoke. This is the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association award-winning Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on YouTube.
Man, best show in the world, bro. You got the best show in the world. Hope you know that, man.
God bless you, brother. I appreciate that.
Big up to you both. Thank you so much. Tory, you spoke to my kids. Liz, you did too. But you spoke to my kids, and when I tell you both that they was talking about what we did earlier that morning all day, that's literally what they was doing. They was talking about it all day. My son was just hollering,
Awesome.
where's Tory? Like,
I wanted to make sure that I let you know that to hear a person and have a person like you in this community, the way that you are selfless, the way that you give, even when your cup is not even full, you are filling other people's cup. And that just inspires me to make sure that I help you the best way that I can by doing my part.
As always, my good brother, stay cool, stay calm, stay focused.
Now, live from the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is the king of talk radio, Tory Lowe.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready. The truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show. Live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. And I'm here for the action.
And nothing but that action.
And I want all the smoke.
Who wants the smoke today?
Salute to all my brothers and sisters on the front lines. The marathon continues.
The movement continues.
How y'all doing out there in Radio Land? How y'all doing in the chat? We got another powerful show for you today. So I'm gonna need y'all to open up your ears, okay? Thank you for joining me this Tuesday, March 31st, 2026. Hey, look, we got a lot to cover in the show today. And before I was on the show, I just had a call from the newspapers. They wanted to talk about a lot of the things that were going on in the city. So that was a little bit of delay because they was asking me a bunch of questions. A lot of the things that are going on in Milwaukee are getting national attention right now. So I had to stop and try to get the information, my opinion, or my ideas that they wanted to ask me about. They called me right before I came in, so I was just trying to make sure that I was able to communicate those ideas that we got going on right here in the city in a more positive direction when it comes to all of the negativity that's going on right here in our city. I'll tell you, I'm going to tell you right now, this is the year, like I said, it's time to repair the village, and y'all can look out the window and see right now more than ever, we got to try to repair the village. We got to bring our talents back to the neighborhood. Who we got in the chat? Salute to everybody joining the show in the chat. Salute Reginald. Salute Josh in the chat. Kawanda. Anita in the chat. Sylvia. I see you, Sylvia. Thank you for joining us today. Dylan in the chat. Jeff. Zay to Shay. Peace out. Peace, Zay to Shay. SE in the chat. Sincere Running Ray Real is in the chat. Who else we got in the chat? Tracy Hayes. Salute to Tracy Hayes. Always joining in the chat. Elijah. I see you, Elijah. Salute. John Clay is in the chat. What up? 62 DDD in the chat. Hey, look, all I'm going to say is this. Adam, thanks for joining the chat. All I'm going to say is this. We making national news right now. Due to all of the different activities that's happening in the city, not really a city girl joining the chat, I'll say this. This is the time for us to kind of try to redirect the energy into a more positive space. And this is the way I always say, when you see something, if they give you lemons, make lemonade. If they give you lemons, you got to know how to make that lemonade. And right now, it's a bunch of lemons going on. A bunch of fires that's going on. And we have to make sure that we understand how to shift things that may not look so appropriate or things that we are seeing as negative ideas and understanding how to flip it. And I know that many times it gets confusing because it's always something. I was telling Andrew that just a couple weeks ago, we was just talking about the shootings over the weekend, like 8 people got shot, 2 people passed away. I got the mother from Green Tree reaching out. Different families that were involved in a lot of those shootings was reaching out. And now all of a sudden this week we got what's going on with the takeovers. We got a lot of different things going on. That's why I say it's going to take a community effort to try to tackle it. And this is what I don't like. Once something gets in the news cycle, and once the mainstream media get it, then you got all these people with these different ideas, but you go check their background, and they not serving the neighborhoods like that. You don't see an effort. All of a sudden, I got this idea, give me some money for the kids. I'm not saying people don't need money. All I'm saying is we need strategy and wit. We need strategy and wit to be applied, because if you have to wait for somebody to give you some money for you to be able to pull off what you're doing, you're going to be waiting a long time unless you're in the buddy system, unless you are part of the buddy system. And so I made a flyer the other day that resembles the takeover flyers for the Tory Lowe community cleanup that we do every year. Last year, 300 people showed up? We had so many people showing up to the community cleanup. So that's a takeover to me. Let's get these young people. If you're an adult and you had a young person that went out to Bayshore, now we can tackle that layer. Bring your kids out to the cleanup, and maybe we can organize from there, because all it takes is a little organization. But you got to learn to serve. A lot of people, I was telling somebody, a lot of people got a lot of great ideas, but they don't even know how to put the time and energy in to manifest the idea. It's a lot of people that get grant money just off an idea. Oh, I got this great idea. Then all of a sudden, a couple years go by, and it's no longer there. Why? Because they don't know how to do time plus energy. They don't know that idea, in order for it to manifest, it takes time and energy to actually pull it off. Now, you can't give a little time to a bigger idea. But once they get that check, it's a wrap. Once they get that check, it's a wrap. I understand what I'm saying. A lot of people come up with the idea to get the money. There's a lot of people that don't get the money that's putting the time and energy into the community without the check. So we got to fix that imbalance. We got to fix that. And we're working on it. But a leader in the time in the times of need will always know what to do. Understand what I'm saying? We can spend time talking about the problem, or we can work on trying to come up with solutions. Now, I'll say this. We need to get the parents involved of those kids that were out at Bayshore, because they got parents that got homes that they return to. So we need the parents to get involved, and we need the youth to get involved. Bring your youth out to the community cleanup this year so we can get them in a space where we can start organizing and they can see how it's done, how you can organize a bunch of people to do the right thing. Many times they got to be exposed to these ideas. They got to be exposed, and sometimes we got to take a step in a direction to do that as parents, as adults. That's why I said we got to be about that action. And I'd never seen nobody fight at the cleanup. I'd never seen nobody argue over what to do at the cleanup. And then we can start from there. You know how many brilliant minds come out to the cleanup that want to get things done. You know how many people that come out to the cleanup to serve that have other ideas that's going on. So we don't have to worry about what to do next. A lot of people, well, what are we going to do after that? No, you come up to the cleanup. You come out and get on the front lines. You're going to run into a bunch of people that got upcoming ideas that you can get involved in, or the kids can get involved in, or the youth can get involved in. We're just trying to redirect the energy of these young people. Now, I don't know who made the original flyer to the takeover, but I would love to know who that person is. I want to know if it's a young person or if it's an adult that's doing this, these flyers that got the youth moving around like this. Because once we can find out who's putting out the flyers, then we can kind of manage the energy, or see if we can manage the energy and put it in the right direction. Now, they found me. Hey, I put out the flyer on my page for the community cleanup that went viral. And go to Tory Lowe cleanup.com if you want to volunteer. You can go to ToryLoweCleanup.com if you want to volunteer. But they found me right away, Andrew. So if they can find me from posting it, we need to find the original source of the flyers. Instead of posting the flyers, let's post the people, or go out and see, is that coming from a dummy account? Is this a real person? Who is this? Who is this person? And we need to start figuring out how to direct the energy in the right space. That's what I say we need to do when it comes to these youth movements, and find out if we can take the energy and put it to where it's more productive, because you're not going to stop the energy because it's already in place. But we can redirect the energy to a place that's more productive. Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we're going to have more conversation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
And that's Tory Lowe, bringing you all the action and all the smoke. Truth Nation, it's that time again for the Tory Lowe Community Cleanup. Mark your calendars for Saturday, April 18th from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. as we come together to clean up the city of Milwaukee. Be part of making a difference in our community. The Tory Lowe Community Cleanup, Saturday, April 18th, 8 to noon. Sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, Steinhoffels, Cousin Subs, Waste Management, and presented by the Milwaukee Metropolitan Sewerage District, your clean water partner, serving Greater Milwaukee for 100 years.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin. Wisconsin.
I'm Sherwin Hughes, and I know the power of Stars and Stripes Honor Flight firsthand. As someone who's been on an honor flight, I can tell you it's a day you'll never forget. Stars and Stripes Honor Flight gives our oldest veterans who served in any location in June of 1975 or earlier a free one-day trip to Washington, D.C. for veterans. Airfare, meals, a coach bus tour, and special flight apparel are all included. It's a day of honor, gratitude, and camaraderie. Veterans who served in the Vietnam or Korean War go to flysshf.org and ask for an application.
Metastatic breast cancer, or stage 4 breast cancer, happens when cancer spreads beyond the breast to other parts of the body. About 168,000 women are living with it today, with Black women at a higher risk due to various factors. Research has led to treatments that help manage the disease and improve quality of life. The Everyday Counts study explores how nutrition and exercise coaching can support women with metastatic breast cancer. To learn more about the Everyday Counts study in Milwaukee, call 414-955-8819 or email edc@mcw.edu. If you or someone you know has stage 4 breast cancer, please encourage them to call and enroll in this valuable study. Again, call 414-955-8819 or email edc@mcw.edu.
Prizes, exclusive experiences, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting truthcontests.com. That's truthcontests.com.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
Seriously injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Seven The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. The takeovers have been making national news. I looked up and I saw an article on the New York Post. The New York Post is saying this was a spring break event, that the spring kids was out of school for spring break, and they organized this. They've been organizing things to do for spring break, and this is the angle that the New York Post have taken on this. They calling it just like a spring break thing. Kids want to organize for spring break and start chaos. I'll say this. It is spring break, and I did kind of add that into the factor of having these flyers out here on these social media sites where hundreds of kids are showing up dressed up, like they're going to an event. I would say spring break had some influence on this. But at the same time, what are we trying to do with all of this energy that's out here? Redirection is a must. Also, Fox News picked this up too. Fox News National picked it up. They got a video that they're showing on the national media circuit. If y'all watching this rebroadcast live, we got a clip of it. I guess this is a situation where the young people were at Kohl's at Bayshore. If you're watching this rebroadcast live, we got some video. Let's watch the video. It's no audio to the video. It's no audio to the video, but these are kids trying to get inside Kohl's department store at Bayshore, and they're basically, it seems like they're not able to get in. Maybe they saw the kids out there, and maybe some of the stores locked the kids out. Now, I said this. This is what I was telling people. Maybe it's because they didn't allow a lot of the kids to come in, because right there you can see maybe some employees, if you're watching this rebroadcast live in the video, maybe some of the employees from the stores were stopping a lot of the youth from coming in. But I only heard of disorderly conduct situations. I didn't hear of any theft. I didn't hear that people were caught or arrested for stealing. And now let me know in the chat if y'all heard anybody was arrested for stealing or anything like that over this past Sunday. I didn't hear that. Only thing I heard that they were fighting, and there was a lot of chaotic situations. But what I'm saying is, if the kids went to the mall and they were fighting and they were gathering, but I didn't hear anything about stealing and things like that. So that's kind of signals to me that they were trying to come together as a young people to find something to do. Now, Moody Park, I guess they were at Moody Park yesterday, and I saw articles on that where they were, one person got arrested at Moody Park. And these kids are moving around. Who's creating the flyers? And this is the thing I don't understand. The police said that they saw the flyer posted on social media, and that they tried to prepare for what was going to happen. And then they posted another flyer to come to the park yesterday. Why aren't the organizers being identified at this point? It had to come from some IP address. So who is it? Like I said, I just posted a flyer for the cleanup in the same format. It came from my Facebook, and immediately people hit me up because I'm the one that posted the flyer in response to a takeover idea for the teens. But I want the teens now to come into, or have the parents, not just the teens to decide. I need the parents of these teenagers to decide to come out where they could be around adults that are active, that work with the youth, that can kind of give a little bit better direction in organizing the youth early. It's only it's March. It's not even April. We got enough time to try to get into space where we can kind of organize these young people right now. If this is what they doing, if this is what they trying to do, if this is what's triggering them to come out, if it's chaotic, we can take the same idea. That's all I did was take the same flyer, and then redirected the energy. And I'm asking the parents. A lot of the parents did not allow the children to go to Bayshore. Not because they knew what was going on. It's because maybe they felt like, oh, no, you're not going up to the mall today. You need to clean your room. Or, no, I just don't feel like I want you to hang out with nobody at the mall. Maybe y'all going to get in trouble. They had no clue that the flyer was out here because they're not in the algorithm. They're not in the same algorithm as these young kids. These young kids saw it coming, but our algorithm is set up different than the youth. So if you didn't, you probably got TikTok and you're an adult, you probably didn't even see it. You got Instagram and you're an adult, you probably didn't even see this. But all the high school kids saw it because it's in their algorithm. So what we got to do is make sure that the parents get involved now. And all we're doing is trying to redirect the energy. We got enough organizations right here at 101.7 The Truth, enough people, enough adults in the community, enough community members on 101.7 The Truth to get people in a spot to where we can start redirecting the energy. If coming up with better ideas, listening, okay, what do y'all want to do? Talk to them, set them down and get them organized and get that bridge together between the adults and the young people and try to start in a direction that can help us out throughout the year. This is the year to repair the village, and that's all we're trying to do. And I know a lot of people that are not going to do nothing, they got a lot to say. A lot of y'all ain't going to do nothing. A lot of people saying this and that, but they not going to do nothing. So it's almost a waste. I understand you got an opinion, but now we about to do something. And many times, a lot of the things that we've been doing on the front lines, we've been doing that for years. We've been doing that for years. It's just that now we can direct the energy toward a lot of things that they need to understand, the resources, job resources. We can redirect them to a lot of different other community ideas. We got over 3,000 nonprofits in the city. Well, estimated, allegedly, that's supposed to be targeting a lot of these issues, and we just now have to really organize to get everybody on one accord. For the most part, everybody's been separate, doing their own thing, and this is what it is. It's been like that. 3,600 nonprofits. We got 3,600 registered nonprofits. Okay, in the city of Milwaukee. Okay, so what I'm saying is this is a nonprofit that's giving taxpayers dollars. Many times they got the youth on the mission statement. You know, we finna help the youth on the mission statement, but they not connected in the pipeline to get the youth to flood their resources. So it's just time to make the connection. We got a lot of great things coming. I'm telling you, we're going to repair the village in 2026. And sometimes it look ugly. Sometimes, what they say, sometimes the doctor got to cut you to make it better. And you don't want to get cut. But this is where we at. This is where we at. And we not backing down. Salute to all my brothers and sisters on the front lines. Salute to all of the community members that want to see real change. We got work to do. Hey, look, when we come back, we're going to have a Pop Culture Report, Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You can explore Wisconsin's wild places, learn about wildlife, and support conservation on the Natural Resources Foundation of Wisconsin field trips. This spring through fall, adults and families have more than 270 trips to choose from all over the state. Registration opens on April 8th at wisconservation.org. Sponsored by the Natural Resources Foundation of Wisconsin.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
Do you hear that? And that? And that? Those are the sounds of a healthy and vibrant community. And to this United Way volunteer, nothing sounds better. They're the sounds of children being given greater chances to succeed in school. The sounds of neighbors receiving the support needed to overcome challenges, both big and small. They're the sounds of families gaining access to quality health care and nutritious food for their tables. And they're the sounds of members of our community who've benefited from United Way's financial education programs. See, wherever there's a need in our communities, there's a United Way. People working together to respond and growing the good for everyone. United is the way. So join us by getting involved or giving back. Learn more at unitedway.org.
This True Sports Update is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Andrew Zimmel. After a 3-game sweep of the Chicago White Sox to start the year, the Milwaukee Brewers lose their first game at home to the Tampa Bay Rays on Monday night, 3-2. Came down to the final frame after the Rays hit a tie-breaking 2-out double off to Trevor McGill. It was the first start of the year for Kyle Harrison for the Brewers. He pitched 5 innings, allowing 1 earned run and 8 Ks. Head coach Pat Murphy on the outing.
For his first outing with us, I mean, he threw the ball really well and responded really well, especially after the first 2 innings.
And the Milwaukee Bucks are in action tonight, taking on the Dallas Mavericks, looking to stop a 3-game home losing streak. Milwaukee's gone 16-21 at home. This is the second time the two teams have faced off. The Bucks won 116-114 in the last matchup in November. Giannis Antetokounmpo led the Bucks with 30 points in that one. Tip-off tonight is at 7 p.m. This True Sports Update is brought to you by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Andrew Zimmel.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Advocate for the poor. Black on black violence, brother, it's a war. Milwaukee 53216. We out here in these streets, bro, it ain't no fix. Trapping out the basement, trying to make a flip. No education, man, we trying to pay the rent. Single mama, single papa, we can't.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. Hey, look, we got the Pop Culture Report by Tory Lowe and Andrew in studio. Hey, look, we got breaking news, some breaking news on Bucks head coach Doc Rivers. Andrew, what's going on with Doc Rivers?
Yeah, breaking news for the head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks, Tory. We've been talking about it ever since Doc was on the short list for the Basketball Hall of Fame. Well, it's official. He is in. ESPN reports today that Doc Rivers joins Candace Parker, Amara Stoudemire, and Ella Delle Donne in the 2026 class. All right. Doc Rivers is a Hall of Fame coach now. The Bucks got a Hall of Fame coach on deck. Does that change the way you feel about how he has been coaching this season? Absolutely not.
I mean, I'm just asking because we got a Hall of Famer. The Bucks have a Hall of Fame coach running the team right now.
Yeah, they got a Hall of Fame coach running the team. They have a Hall of Famer playing for him, and Giannis Antetokounmpo, and yet this is one of the most disappointing seasons in recent Bucks history. Third-year Bucks coach. He was an NBA champion in 2008, Tory. This is the worst season in Doc Rivers' career of the past, let's call it 20 years. It's been tough this year, but this is one of those cherries on top. This is the moral victory the Bucks need going into the offseason.
Well, maybe he'll just go off into the sunset right now.
Hey, maybe
we'll start fresh. I don't know. I'm looking in the chat, and I don't want to put a dark cloud over his Hall of Fame nomination, but a lot of people saying, "Hey, we happy for Doc, but maybe Doc need to go ahead and drift off in the can."
Yeah, maybe something like that. It's been, again, a tough season for the Milwaukee Bucks and for Doc Rivers. But you got to remember, Tory, this is the Basketball Hall of Fame. So they take in all of the different accomplishments he had. He's an all-star at one point in his playing career. He was an assistant coach for a while. He's a head coach who won a championship. He was on the Team USA as an assistant coach there as well, won a gold medal. So his entire body of work may be a little bit better than his NBA career.
At least his last couple years with the Milwaukee Bucks.
He also holds the record for the most 3-1 blown leads in the playoffs as a head coach.
I guess that don't keep you out of the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, but it sure doesn't want to put you into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, well, he in there.
Maybe the wrong Hall of Fame.
Well, I'll say this. Salute to Doc. Many times we criticize a lot of the explanations of how the Bucks lost every night. This seems like he got really good at explaining why we lost this year. But I'll say this, salute to Doc. Maybe it's time for the Bucks organization to kind of reevaluate where we are as a team. No more Giannis. Giannis is no longer going to play. At least that's what I'm hearing from the reports.
Yeah.
From reports.
Does Tory Lowe have sources?
No, from reports that he may not come back and play this year. Many times you hear mainstream talking heads talk about, do Giannis continue to play or do they set him down for the value of a trade maybe in the offseason? But at this point, what do we do as a Bucks organization? Do we keep Doc? He's a Hall of Famer, or do we try to move on from Doc and send him off into the sunset. Right now, he can quit and he could go off into the sunset.
Yeah. Go and become a Kermit the Frog impersonator. I would say this too, Tory. I want Doc Rivers to be the head coach as long as Giannis is on this team, and I want him there a day after Giannis gets traded. Because here's why. He's explained these losses throughout the season, Tory. I want him to explain one more time what happened this year with Giannis. I think that would be a really good, and then he can do the exit press conference after that. All right, you ready to shift gears?
Yeah, let's shift gears.
All right, from the NBA to the studio. Now, you're a big fan of the versus battles. You know,
of course. I just watched Tank versus Tyrese.
Yeah. Now, one of these versus battles, Boosie is saying, would be very one-sided, and it's got the internet up in upheaval, Tory. He says R. Kelly would, quote, smoke the king of pop, Michael Jackson.
So what Boosie talking about a battle between R. Kelly and Michael Jackson?
And Michael Jackson.
And he said that R. Kelly would beat Michael Jackson?
Not beat, smoke it.
Smoke Michael Jackson.
Now, you're a fan of versus.
I don't know, because Michael Jackson got hits from when he was a kid. Like, you don't forget the Jackson 5 Michael Jackson. Like,
can't forget.
Hey, I don't know. Mike got a whole catalog, lifetime catalog. R. Kelly got good songs now.
Oh, yeah.
But now with the, are we listening to these songs without adding the personal
background, the baggage?
Yeah, without adding the personal stuff, or are we just listening song for song?
Beat for beat, bar for bar. You're insane if you think anybody is, quote, smoking Michael Jackson. There are some people who I think would give him a battle. I think if you could resurrect.
R. Kelly could not hold Michael Jackson's sweaty shirt after the concert. I'm talking about just the sweat from his shirt, from all of the dance moves. R. Kelly don't have dance moves. Like, he wasn't a dancer. He wasn't an entertainer like that. He was a great songwriter. He had great creativity, but Mike had the whole production.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm going to tell you right now, ain't nobody messing with Mike when it comes to the dance moves, to the setup, to the choreograph. Ain't nobody. Now, I would have tried to see if Chris Brown, maybe Chris Brown versus Michael.
No, but he didn't have the songs for it.
No, I'm just saying, like, I don't know. Chris Brown got a whole catalog.
He's got a catalog.
Yeah.
Chris Brown versus R. Kelly, I feel like, is the same weight class. R. Kelly versus Michael Jackson, that's a different beast, man. I saw this quote. I immediately thought of you because of the versus battle. I don't think that there's an artist alive or dead who is smoking Michael Jackson point blank period.
They saying Boosie may be definitely smoking on that synthetic.
Hey.
On that K2. He may hit that K2 and holding on to the gate to stand up. Because Michael, look, let me tell you something. And both of these artists was accused of things. But Michael was found, it was FBI agents said Michael was found not guilty of this.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, R. Kelly is behind bars with video. So are we listening to these songs minus the personal sabotage of their careers?
You could put him in a vacuum, Tory. I don't think it's close. I don't think that it would be anywhere. I don't think Michael Jackson would need anybody to say, like, well, R. Kelly has these.
What is R. Kelly's biggest record? Is it I Believe I Can Fly?
Probably.
Somebody let me know in the chat. What do you think R. Kelly's biggest record is?
Yeah, I Believe I Can Fly is the biggest record. Won a Grammy, won a Hot 100. Yeah, so I would say that's the biggest record.
Okay, Thriller is the album. The Thriller album
is the biggest record maybe ever.
I'm just saying. I don't think R. Kelly. It's Boosie trying to cause some controversy, but I believe he was probably. I'm gonna agree with not really a city girl. He's probably on some synthetic. Hey. He was probably smoking some K2. He probably went to the K2 house. Hey, look, when we come back, we gonna have more conversation. Truth Nation, stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
This is 1017 The Truth's Kyle Wallace, and I am Milwaukee. I take great pride in being a 414 boy and representing the city that I love. The great memories I have of going to Northtown Cinema to see movies with family and friends, to going to Capitol Court to see the Black Santa Claus, this city has helped shape me into the man that I am today, and I pledge to utilize my voice as a way to advocate for you in our community. Join the home of Milwaukee's realest conversations where you can speak your truth. We are the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Milwaukee Black Talk.
Hi, I'm Greg Fritsch, president of the Center for Veterans Issues, inviting you to get involved in supporting the CVI mission. The Center for Veterans Issues is proud to serve veterans across Wisconsin. Each year, we help more than 1,200 veterans stay housed, find meaningful employment, and connect with the support they've earned. From housing assistance and job training to case management and suicide prevention outreach, our team is here to help veterans build stable, independent lives. If you're a veteran in need of support, visit cvivet.org. Donations can also be accepted at cvivet.org/donate.
Are you planning a special event? Do you need a personal chef? Either way, make it tasteful. I'm Alicia the Chef, owner of Tasteful Events Catering, and we create customized food experiences for any occasion. We bring quality, flavor, and professionalism to every table. Whether it's a special event or everyday meal solutions, we focus on delivering more than just food. We create experiences. Book today or learn more online at www.tastefuleventscatering.com.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
70 million people in the U.S. have learning and thinking differences, like ADHD and dyslexia. Each has their own story. This is ours. At first, I thought it was just a phase. Then schoolwork became a struggle. Emotions got bigger, and my kids started falling behind. I felt alone, like I was lost in the dark trying to find answers. Then I learned about Understood.org, a nonprofit empowering parents and kids like us. It was like we had a light to show us the path ahead. Whenever new challenges came up, their guidance helped us figure out our next step. We still have tough days, but now we have direction. And I have the tools and resources I need to help my child thrive. No matter where you are on the path, Understood can help you keep moving forward. Visit understood.org/yourpath today.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Money, I got 101. I got a crib in the middle of the city. 7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Pop Culture Report brought to you by Tory Lowe and Andrew right here in the studio. What else do we have? I heard Tyler Perry tried to hand out some gift cards to TSA, but it got rejected.
Yeah, so TSA's finally getting back pay. They're finally figuring that out with the shutdown ending now. But Tyler Perry was trying to be a nice guy, trying to help out the Atlanta airport TSA workers, and he reportedly gave out over $250,000 in gift cards, $250,000 in gift cards to TSA workers who've been working without pay. The gesture, he handed out the money, but it was blocked because federal rules prohibit TSA employees from accepting direct cash gifts. Now, this is where things get a little tricky, Tory. TSA workers are reportedly being asked to return the gift cards they received. My question:
are they being asked or saying that they gotta return the gift cards and face penalty if they don't?
That's the thing. So yes, they would face some sort of penalty. I don't know exactly what that penalty would be and if they would even really want to enforce it. But the TSA upper management is asking these workers who, again, were going without pay for a little bit, hey, give those gift cards back. You cannot take them. I would say I never got the gift card. I'd say, hey, it got lost in the mail. Sorry.
Well,
I'm not
I
giving
think
that gift card back.
Tyler Perry has to write that down as a tax write-off. So if you lie and then it comes up on that he gave you the gift card on the tax, when he fill out the taxes, you can still go to jail.
You think so?
Well, or you know, something can happen to you because he got to record it. But it's not just $250,000. He's using this as a way to give, but yet he can write it off on the back end.
For sure.
He makes so much money. He has to find ways to write things off. That's all I'm saying. So
100%.
So you could come up on the back end with the tax write-off.
So what's interesting is because he gave them in like Visa gift cards, Tory, there's no cash really going hand over hand, which is, I think, a really smart way to kind of play this. Again, though, you feel bad for these TSA workers.
How much was the gift cards worth? Like each employee got what, $1,000, $2,000, or what?
I think it was a couple $100. I don't think it was
a couple $100.
Yeah. I mean, I would take a couple $100. You got $100 to give me?
Okay, but I'm not going to get in trouble for it. If it's against the law, I'm not going to lose my job. What you mean you'll take a couple $100? You didn't even get the money for put the fork down.
Exactly.
And you see them all the time. You talk to them all the time. You ain't strong-arm them for the money you won from the weight loss challenge.
That's what I'm saying. So TSA is not going to strong-arm this money away from me if I was a TSA agent.
Oh,
That's
wow.
all I'm going to say.
Okay, hey, I guess, people want to go against the rules for a couple $100. But I like I said, salute to Tyler Perry for even thinking about, first of all, I got to stop hating on, or trying to put out hate against people that's trying to give to people.
$1,000 gift cards.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is I'm not against the fact that he gave them the $1,000. I'm just trying to figure out if this is against the government rules. I don't want a bunch of people on the back end to have more heartache and hardship due to this. That's all I'm saying.
I wonder, too, because, again, we mentioned that these were Visa gift cards, Tory. So you're not getting taxed on that either. And I wonder if it was, like, actual money that the government could take a little bit of bread off of if they would be as quick to ask for that money back.
Okay, well, we'll see. Maybe, hey, look, let me tell you something. You don't find out until tax time next year. I'm just saying.
You get your taxes done already?
Hey, you got to have your taxes done. Like I said, you at the end of the day, I know that when somebody like Tyler Perry gives out that kind of money, they can always write it off. That's all I'm saying. So they have to give account from there to, where it go and who dispersed it and things like that.
April 15th, make sure you get your taxes done. All right, let's continue on our money conversations. In future, he's in a tough spot. So his ex, Brittany Melee, I want to say her name is reportedly seeking to have him put behind bars, Tory. She's filing charges against him. Future, yeah.
What?
Yeah, for allegedly ignoring a court order related to a life insurance policy. According to documents, Brittany is reportedly accusing the rapper of failing to adhere to a 2023 court order. She claims he did not obtain a $500,000 life insurance policy, naming her as a trustee for their son, Prince. So he didn't get this life insurance policy for their son. So because he didn't do that, she now wants him behind bars. So
is this a court order? This technically, she can, if the court order says this has to happen, through whatever court situation, she can file for action if this was some kind of judgment.
Exactly right. And we also have breaking news. I just got my $100, Tory. Yeah, that didn't shock you?
What do you mean you just got your $500?
My $100.
You just got it?
Yeah,
just now?
Yeah.
Because we was making a fuss on it.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. He just hit your cash app?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So Andrew finally gets paid. Hold on. Let's take a time out. Andrew finally gets paid for losing 50 pounds. Andrew lost 50 pounds in the Put the Fork Down Challenge, Truth Nation. We've been talking about this since it started. And now, since we brought it up,
time.
You heard the ring on the Cash App that you got your $100.
Yep.
Powerful. See what advocating for yourself will do.
The Tory Lowe Show is a vehicle to getting people paid. Hey. Love to see it.
See the results.
We gotta wear our shirts one day.
We got the results. We got Andrew finally got his money. I think that's powerful. Hey, look, I want my 10%.
You want $10?
I want my 10%. Yeah.
For what? For doing the challenge?
I was your coach. I was your weight loss coach, and I advocated for you to get the cash.
I tell you, the best weight loss coach in the world. Put the fork down. That's it.
Hey, all right. Well, I'm definitely looking for my management fee, and I might have to charge an advocacy fee.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for advocating for you to get your money. We'll talk about that after the show is over with. Anything else we got? Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon is now making national media after he talked about the origins of the Democratic Party. He said that the Democrat Party called them the party of the KKK, and a lot of people got upset. We got a clip of this if you're listening. This is what's going viral right now. Let's listen.
You know what? I agree with you 100%.
Thank you,
People
Nick.
don't know that the Democrats is the party of the KKK.
Yep.
People don't know that the Republicans are the party that freed the slaves.
Yep.
I mean, both of you and I have some conservative views. You just a little bit more outspoken about it than I am. And I don't subscribe to neither party. I rock with W.E.B. Du Bois when he said there's no such thing as two parties. It's just one evil party with two different names.
All right, so Nick Cannon is getting a backlash. You got the Donkey Gang bombing on him right now. They trying to say that, they parties, switched and all of this stuff like that, But like I said, he wasn't lying. The KKK started out with the Democrat Party. And, now I think that they everywhere. I don't think that they switch. I believe that infiltration goes on. I believe infiltration is in everything now. I remember I was reading about the Fusion Party where it was blacks and poor whites coming together. And then all of a sudden they implemented a system to separate blacks and poor whites for fighting together as a political idea. And then now you got Donkey Gang, got Elephant Gang, you got a few independent parties in there. But what I'm saying is at the end of the day, we as a people, this is my view as an independent, we have to make sure that we're allowing our leadership to represent us, and our leadership have to reflect what our ideas are, where we at. And if they don't, you got to move around. You can't just be voting for something blindly just because it's cool to do or it's popular to do, or you waiting for the big election like you waiting on fight night. You got to walk outside and be like, okay, this is what my representation is able to do for me. And if you can't do that, then you need to keep switching the representation until you can get that. And that's basically it.
Did you peep who he was talking to in that interview?
Yeah.
So what'd you think of Amber Rose doing an interview with Nick Cannon?
Well, like I said, they're all celebrities. They all got their own little pockets of people that watch and follow them. So this is pretty common for celebrities to get together and have little chats, many times to stay relevant. But Nick Cannon will always find a way to stay relevant.
That's what I was going to ask you, because Amber Rose feels like a begotten star, like somebody that we don't really think about that often now in 2026, as she was very popular 2010.
I mean, she's still popular in different circles. You know what I mean? I always say when I was out of Iowa and Minnesota, it was punk rock bands that had millions of people that bought their albums. But then I would come back to Milwaukee and nobody was listening to punk rock. So just because this person is not around the people in your environment, that don't mean that they're not popular. It's just maybe a different pocket of people that's dealing with them. So Amber Rose kind of moved into a different pocket of celebrity to me.
Yeah, I haven't seen her content in like 5 years.
Well, like I said, she's still doing stuff, obviously. And I just didn't like when she wrote that stuff across her forehead.
Didn't she date 21 Savage?
I know she was dating Wiz Khalifa and Kanye West. So, like I said, I don't know I don't follow celebrity relationships like that. But what I'm saying is influence, if you look on her Facebook, you still got people that's following her through social media, things like that. Nick Cannon always going to find a way to stay relevant. And they just came up with a conversation because they both conservative. And, Donkey Gang got to try to bomb on them because they have influence. And once you have influence and you say something opposite of what Donkey Gang or Elephant Gang want you to say, they're going to bomb on you. That's what's happening right now. Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we're going to open up the lines. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
The pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a Bucks legend.
Can't get it off. Marcus Johnson will, though. Can't leave him alone for a 12.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson on Bucks Plus. Marcus and his son Chris offer a weekly beat on Bucks basketball. Get your questions answered and hear from the biggest names in basketball. Find Here District with Marcus Johnson at bucks.com/plus on the Bucks app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Truth Nation is the best fan base in the country.
This is my first time calling in, but I listen to you all the time, and I appreciate you and Elizabeth Brown and everything you stand for and everything that you do. So I want to say thank you so much for being you.
We want you to tap into the talk and text line every show, every day at 833-212-1017.
Hey, man, this station is on fire the last couple days.
Milwaukee Black Talk, 1017 The Truth.
People don't realize that glaucoma is one of the leading causes of blindness.
Because there are often no early symptoms, nearly half of those with glaucoma may not even know they have it until vision loss has occurred.
I was diagnosed with normal tension glaucoma in July of 2020. And what we found out at that point was I had already lost 40% of my sight. And you think it only affects people that are, 75 or older, retired, grandparents, and that's not the reality of it.
I didn't think at all glaucoma was going to affect me because I didn't know of anyone that had glaucoma, no one in my family. When you have glaucoma, you can't get back that sight that you lost. And so early detection and treatment is vitally, vitally important.
Don't miss life's most beautiful moments. Schedule an eye exam today.
National Glaucoma Research, a bright, focused foundation program, offers free resources and tips for healthy vision.
Learn how to protect your sight at stopglaucoma.org.
When I was diagnosed with Hodgkin lymphoma, I had so many questions. I didn't even know that it was cancer. Now I do. It is cancer. Blood cancer. It's actually one of more than 100 different types, and they're all treated differently. Now, unlike some other forms of cancer, usually there's no tumor. You can't screen for it to prevent it, and the symptoms can look like other things, so it could be hard to diagnose. I had a fever for weeks. I was so tired all the time. I didn't feel like eating or doing anything else for that matter. And I know that this can feel scary. But if you know what to look out for, you'll know what to tell your doctor. And you'll feel more empowered to take the next steps. Like getting in touch with the people who know the ins and outs and can help with everything blood cancer related. Blood Cancer United. They work one-on-one with each person who reaches out to answer questions and offer resources. Blood Cancer United was there for me, and they can be there for you.
Go to bloodcancerunited.org to learn more.
Listen to the man who tells you exactly how he sees it. The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris every weekday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. on 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Justice, Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah, Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory, Lowe, the truth, from 1 to 4. We about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory, Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 1017 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the second hour of the Tory Lowe Show. And these takeovers, these teen takeovers is making national news right now. The New York Post, Fox News then picked it up, Fox National. They got a lot of the content creators that was in the group. They made a lot of content from the takeover, and now it's spreading all over the country right now. But I want to talk about what are some ways that we can redirect the energy. That's my question of the day. We see what's going on in this city. We see the takeovers. We see that before we was even talking takeovers, we was talking about violence. 8 people shot, 2 survived. 8 people shot, 2 dead before we even got to this takeover situation. And many times we just move, I call it topic conversation. We just go from topic to topic to topic to topic without addressing the overall issue of the village, that the village needs to be repaired. That's why I say it's time to repair the village and whatever that look like and whatever we got to do. Sometimes we get isolated in one spot and say, okay, if we fix this, but we got 57 different things going on. That's why we need everybody to bring their talents and gifts back to the village so we can have all hands on deck. Many times when we try to repair a community, it takes a community to save the community. So right now, we have another situation early in the year of these takeovers going viral. Just yesterday, there was something going on at Moody Park with the young people. We got some video on what happened just yesterday at Moody Park right here in the city due to these teen takeovers. A lot of people associating this with it's spring break and these kids are trying to find things to do. If you're watching this rebroadcast live, we got some video. Let's listen.
A 12 News camera rolling moments after multiple gunshots. Sounds of screaming and teens seen sprinting across Moody Park.
It's just a shame.
Patrice Williams heard the shots ring out from her front porch.
It's not a good feeling and it's just sad.
A 12 News photojournalist capturing firefighters treating someone with a foot injury. Crime scene tape wrapped around the block by 24th and Burleigh, where officers put one person in handcuffs and placed evidence markers next to shell casings on the front steps of the COA Colden Center. Moody Park, the site of a so-called teen takeover Monday. And it happened one day after another takeover at Bayshore Sunday, where police arrested more than a dozen teens.
It was a mess and I left early.
What did you see when you were there?
I seen guns, big crowds, pepper spray, and everything.
Both events planned with flyers like this, seen circulating on social media. Before the gunfire at Moody Park Monday, fights broke out. Milwaukee police officers and Milwaukee County Sheriff's deputies running in to break each fight up. And in the orange shirts, members of the group 414 Life.
We are all trained professionals in intervention and de-escalation.
12 News interviewed the violence prevention organization before the shooting. It's violence they said they're trying to prevent.
Our goal is just to engage young people that have that these massive takeovers or whatever, just to make sure they're safe and have clean fun during the spring break time.
Okay, so they was there before the shooting. So if they 414 Life was there and then they still shot, shots still rang out while they was there. I don't know. That's what basically the news was trying to point out, that we had this interview before the gunshots, basically kind of like sneak dissing, If we talked to you before the gunshots and y'all was trying to get everything under control, what is that? Hey, I like how they set that up, But I'll say this. Many times when the energy is out here, you cannot stop it. You cannot go and approach the energy and stop it. You're going to get smashed. You're going to get squashed because the energy is already rolling. And if you didn't create the energy, it's going to be unpredictable on how to really try to get in there and resolve the energy or try to stop it completely. So what you got to do is redirect energy. You got to come up with a way to redirect it, or other people are going to find ways to redirect the energy to what they want to have it do. I understand what I'm saying? Kind of like y'all votes. They redirect y'all to the polls every time. Y'all forget about what ain't been done, and they redirect y'all energy back to the polls to keep the same people in power. But that's a whole nother different conversation. But I saw a new flyer. And when I say redirected energy, it's a new flyer that's out here. And they saying it's an MKE Lime scooter takeover. So now all them little Lime scooters, they trying to get everybody to jump on the Lime scooters, redirect the energy to the Lime scooters. And I don't, and I see when I look at the post, it was liked by 414 Big Frank, one of the most popular artists in the city. I see that he liked the post. If you could put that post up, this is what they doing, redirecting the energy. And that's why I put up the cleanup idea, because that's all we can do at this point is try to redirect the energy in a positive way. Now, I'm going to say this. They saying that there was a Lime scooter post out here, and that's supposed to take place. And I don't know. See, redirection of energy is taking place, and all we want to do is make sure that as an adult, as a person with young people that I have as children who got a lot of this in their algorithm. A lot of these flyers are in their algorithm. If they're in middle school, if they're around high school youth, these are the things that are flooding their TikToks. This is why I say sometimes parents are so busy and they have their kids in the house, but yet when they got that phone in their hand, they may not know what they're seeing on Snapchat, Instagram, and TikTok. So it could be, you could be doing all the right things and still be unaware of what's actually happening. And many times, in order for us to get ahead of it, we got to redirect the energy. So, like I said, this is what we're going to do with the cleanup this year. We're asking the family, the families to bring their youth out. And if you have youth that went up to Bayshore, bring them out to something more organized where they can still be rewarded, still see the positive outcomes and constructive things that can help the community instead of being directed to chaos. That's all I'm saying. Because now we got people, boots on the ground, that's willing to get events together, that have events many times connected with these young people, and we can start stringing a lot of this together early so they can have positive outcomes, get a job, get work as youth, get connected with resources that can help steer them in the right direction. This is how we get ahead of it. But I want to know, how would we as a community, as a village, work to redirect a lot of this energy? But I'll take a few calls right now, but there's something else going on, Truth Nation. I'm trying to get this conversation out there to the public because this is where we need to be. But there's something else going on that I need to talk about before I shift gears. I'm going to open up the lines, 833-212-1017. But y'all do not want to miss what I got coming up when we come back from break after the segment, because this is another issue that we got to kind of pay attention to, Truth Nation. And now I really want y'all to tap in. Do not touch that dial, because it's about to get interesting. Because this just happened in the city too. We talking about the Bayshore takeover. What I'm about to show y'all next happened right here in the city just the other day. We got Mr. Lee on the lines. How you doing, Mr. Lee?
Oh, thank you for taking my call, big brother, real quick. I just want to say, I believe this is still Women History Month. Mm-hmm. So I want to show appreciation and gratefulness for the women that are prayerful, for the women, the word calls a woman wisdom, and then let patience have her perfect works. I want to show that gratefulness, and to someone who's been there in my life and improved on my weaknesses and just been one of the best accountants I know. Just my wife.
That's
I want to thank God for my wife. I thank the Almighty for it. I had to say the best for last because she's been there with me through the thick and thin, and and I appreciate it. And then what I want to say to the youth is find purpose, true purpose. Find and have a vision that far exceeds just being enthralled in a crowd of people. There's nothing wrong with being outside of the crowd, but have a vision that it's still some vision and purpose, even when it looks like life is not fair, when it looks like life ain't going the way you want it to go. Take that time, write down to yourself, purpose, vision. You know, I appreciate you, big brother Tory Lowe, with what you've been doing, and we all backing you up in this one.
I appreciate you, Mr. Lee, and I thank you. It's going to take a village to repair the village. It's going to take a community to save a community, and it's going to take each other to change what we see. We live here. These are our children. These are our elders. This is where we live. And if we don't take responsibility and control over it, we gonna get ran over. And I'm not about to get ran over. I'm telling us that we got to repair the holes in the village because it's a lot of holes in the village. And many times we can't focus on one area because it's 57 different other areas that got a full-blown fire going on. So we need all hands on deck. We need every last person under the sound of my voice to say, what can I do this year to repair the village right here in the city of Milwaukee, because now we making national news for all the wrong things. Hey, look, when we come back, I do need to talk about these adults. We've been talking about the youth. But Truth Nation, you do not want to miss this next segment because I saw this and it just made my heart sink because we got so many things going on. And a lot of people don't want to look at the raw truth many times, but I'm going to try to show some of it. If you're watching, I would advise you to go to 1017 The Truth as we broadcast live to catch this next video. It's very disheartening to see, but we're going to talk about it when we come back. Truth Nation! Stay locked in.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, Gruber Law Offices and The Truth have raised the stakes for this year. The One Call, That's All Gruber Cash giveaway is now a $5K giveaway. Yes, you heard it right. $5,000 giveaway. Every weekday on 1017 The Truth, you will have the chance to be entered to win the $5K giveaway. Listen to The Truth for the One Call, That's All cue to call for your chance to win $5,000. Gruber Law Offices, One Call, That's All. Visit 1017thetruth.com for official contest rules.
As the White House threatens to take over state elections, restrict abortion nationwide, and take away our health care, the Wisconsin Supreme Court is the last line of defense for our rights. That's why the Supreme Court election on April 7th is so critical. The ACLU does not endorse or oppose candidates, but wants you to make an informed decision. When it comes to abortion rights, Maria Lazar supported overturning Roe v. Wade and is endorsed by groups that want to ban abortion. Chris Taylor voted against abortion bans and defended abortion rights while working with Planned Parenthood. And on the issue of voting rights in Wisconsin, Maria Lazar defended efforts to rig elections for one political party through extreme gerrymandering of congressional and legislative districts. Chris Taylor opposes rigging the system with extreme partisan gerrymandering. On April 7th, stand up for our rights. Paid for by American Civil Liberties Union, Incorporated.
Join me every Friday at 11 a.m. for the Milwaukee Experience with Sherwin Hughes, presented by Visit Milwaukee. We're a city that knows how to celebrate, where the calendar is packed with festivals, the plates are piled high with flavor, and a lakefront sunrise sets the stage. Here in Milwaukee, every street leads to something worth savoring, a place that welcomes you with open arms and where joy is shared in bites, beats, and cheers. The Milwaukee Experience every Friday at 11 a.m. exclusively on The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, presented by Visit Milwaukee.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
After an accident, don't wait to get the help you need. Call Gruber Law Offices first. There is no fee until we win your case. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
We're bringing life back to the block. Nah, we won't stop. If everyone do a little, nobody got to do a lot. Human and civil right, yeah, we gon' fight. Salute to the front lines, trying to do what's right. What the people need.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Hey, look, we got breaking news right here at the 3rd Street Market Hall. We just got a press release that they're going to be a situation right here at the 3rd Street Market Hall at 3 p.m. I guess they're trying to do the takeover right here downtown at the 3rd Street Market Hall. What? And we just read the flyer about the Lime scooters. Now, is that connected to this takeover? I don't know. Because this is where the Lime scooters is at, downtown. This is where all the Lime scooters is mostly downtown. So I just got a temporary building access update. Andrew, can you let us know what's going on with this information?
Yeah, Tory. So our company just sent us an email saying, hey, building access, there's a planned gathering today around 3 p.m. So good, right for the show.
Right. What if they come in and try to come on the tour? Maybe we can get some of these kids in here and talk about what's really going on with these takeovers. Hey, this says, hi, team. Just wanted to make sure you are aware of a temporary building access update for this afternoon. They're going to try to take over.
Hey, T-Lo, they taking over.
They trying to come take over the 3rd Street Market. They trying to take over the Tory Lowe Show.
They trying to come. You gonna let them on, T-Lo?
I'm gonna try to get them in. This is probably the best time to get them in here.
Yeah, to actually talk to them about what's going on. Yeah, to talk to them,
right? What's going on? So maybe at 3 o'clock, we could get one of the teens and ask them where they parents. Did their parents even know that they was coming down here? And who's organizing this? Maybe we can get some real questions. Let's not be afraid. Let's try to get some information. Yeah.
No, 100%. It's raining outside too, Tory. So
it's raining, so they got to come in. Hey, we gonna find out at 3 o'clock. They saying that there's a scheduled takeover gathering of teens that's supposed to hit the 3rd Street Market Hall at 3 p.m. today. Here we go. So when we go to break at the top of the hour, I'm going to have to get out there and try to see if I can grab one of the teens or a couple teens to come on the show.
We got to grab the ringleader.
Well, I don't know at where he's going to be. So I'd rather just grab whoever that if you got the nerve to come out and do something like this, you should be able to speak up for why you're doing it.
Well, I would like to know the parents' number too. Maybe we get that in the second segment.
Maybe get the parent on the phone.
Call the parent. Do you know where your child is right now?
Well, that's after 10 o'clock.
No, they're on the Tory Lowe Show.
Yeah, they're on the Tory Lowe Show, and it's spring break. I don't know. I think spring break has a little bit to do with a lot of the youth trying to find something to do. But if they come through here, we're going to try to get them on the show. We need a few of them, and I don't think we're going to catch the ringleader in a crowd. That'd be crazy. But what I can do is catch these people that are devoted and dedicated to attend the takeover and tell them to promote the cleanup. That'll be another thing to do. But what is another weird thing that I wanted to talk about this segment, Truth Nation, I'm going to need y'all to tune in. I'm going to need y'all to tune in because this next video, Andrew didn't even want to play the audio on this video. He thought that the audio, he wanted to take a chance on playing the audio. Well, we talking about the youth. It's adults out here taking over streets, having fights in the middle of the street. This happened on Milwaukee's east side, according to the Post, just the other day. While we talking about the teens at Bayshore, we had adults gather in a circle on one street or somewhere on the east side of Milwaukee. And if you're watching this rebroadcast live, we got some video on this. I'm gonna give y'all a couple seconds to really chime in on and really look at this, because once you take a look at this, it's just crazy to see that something like this is actually going on, Truth Nation. Andrew, cue the video. If you watch this broadcast live, somebody look at this. Now, I'm going to play the audio on this. I don't think it's no swearing.
There ain't no need for talking. You already did all
These
that.
are adults. These grown-ups.
Come
they
on.
standing out in the neighborhood.
We had 100 views. We had 100.
Filming it
Come
for
on,
live
go.
at
Come
100
on.
views. And they got a whole fight breaking out. Two adult women beating on each other.
Come on.
In the middle of the street. With kids around. I understand what I'm saying. This just happened the other day. These are grown women. Look like a tow truck in the background. Grown women and men out there fighting. Run that back one more time. Listen to what they saying. Listen to the language, Truth Nation. Run it back to the beginning, Andrew. Listen to what he said. Okay, we got 100 views.
There ain't no
Let's
need
go.
for talking. You already did all that.
These are adults.
Come
Somebody
on.
sent me this video, and I got to let y'all see this.
We had 100 views. We had 100.
He said he had 100
Come on,
views.
go.
Now
Come
they fight
on.
at 100 views. Doing it for the social media. You
Come
talking
on.
about the kids
Come
doing
on.
something. These adults. Wow. And they got the kids in the background watching. Wow. Wow. All right. That's terrible. Now that's why I say it's a multi-layers here. LaRon says them kids' parents. It's adults out here acting. I don't even. Hey, we talking about helping the young people, and we missing a whole segment out here. That's the adults out here fighting on the camera. Talk about it's time to go live. Who is this? What they doing? Is this adult fight club? What's going on in the middle? Standing in a circle in the middle of the street for social media. Wow, I don't even know what I just seen. When I saw this, with all the stuff we got going on, it's a huge issue. And that's why I say we got to do all hands on deck, because the negative energy, the low vibration, it took over. The low vibration it took over. And it's almost, well, if we don't do something about it, we're going to be affected, whether we take over or try to take our position as residents and community back or not, because something going to happen in our neighborhood. Run that back one more time for those that's joining the live. It's a lot of people that just now joining. Run that back one more time, Andrew. Listen to what they saying.
You already did all that.
Listen to the guy that's holding the camera. Listen to what he's saying.
Come on. We had 100 views. We had 100. Come on, go. Come on.
Oh my goodness, this worse than.
Come on. Come on.
Wow. And the kids, this is what they set the example for the kids. The kids was just up at Bayshore fighting. Now the grown-ups in the street fighting. Somebody said this was the hood heavyweight division, women's hood heavyweight division on here. I don't know. This is all I'm saying, Truth Nation. We got to start looking at it for what it is so we can understand what we got to do with this. We can't be put in a box and only focus on all the kids. That's why I do the cleanup, so the whole family, you can bring the whole family out. The whole family can come out and we can try to organize. This is a lot going on, but if you want to comment on what or how to redirect the energy, we know what's out here. We seeing what's going on. How can we redirect a lot of this energy? 833-212-1017. LaRon says the battle of the big backs. Oh, y'all tripping. Y'all tripping in the chat. It's time to go to break. Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have more conversation, Truth Nation. Stay locked in.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. breaking down the issues that shape our city and our future.
If oil gets to $90 a barrel, I'll be able to pay off my house. I think war is awful. It's terrible. It doesn't resolve things. It creates long-lasting hatred and even more conflict that the American people are always going to find themselves involved in.
It's The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 to noon.
But if I don't have a mortgage, you know what I mean? You take the good with the bad. Didn't Donald Trump say he was going to end the wars? You can't have America first if you're involved in all these foreign wars. And there's people that believed him when he said that. He doesn't like wars. He said it many times. Said it on the campaign trail.
Catch it live on YouTube or tune in to 1017 The Truth.
He's bombed just as much in his first year as any warmongering hawk president we've ever seen since World War II.
Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other. Leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, Teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
There, Jane Lynch here. You want to hear something funny? Too bad. You want to hear something uplifting that will inspire you? Good. Because today, I want to talk to you about Direct Relief, a humanitarian organization that does seriously good work when it counts. Fires, hurricanes, earthquakes. When disaster strikes, Direct Relief immediately shows up with medicines, medical supplies, and everything doctors and nurses need to save lives. Let's ship her out! Every day across the United States and around the world, they're making an enormous difference. If someone needs help, Direct Relief helps. No politics, no red tape. Hey, what you doing over there?
Oh, I'm packing insulin for kids with diabetes.
See, every box here is literally a lifeline for someone in critical need. So check them out at directrelief.org and donate if you can. You might just bring a smile to someone's face.
This True Sports Update is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Andrew Zimmel. After a 3-game sweep of the Chicago White Sox to start the year, the Milwaukee Brewers lose their first game at home to the Tampa Bay Rays on Monday night, 3-2. Came down to the final frame after the Rays hit a tie-breaking 2-out double off to Trevor McGill. It was the first start of the year for Kyle Harrison for the Brewers. He pitched 5 innings, allowing 1 earned run and 8 Ks. Head coach Pat Murphy on the outing.
For his first outing with us, I mean, he threw the ball really well and responded really well, especially after the first 2 innings.
And the Milwaukee Bucks are in action tonight, taking on the Dallas Mavericks, looking to stop a 3-game home losing streak. Milwaukee's gone 16-21 at home. This is the second time the two teams have faced off. The Bucks won 116-114 in the last matchup in November. Giannis Antetokounmpo led the Bucks with 30 points in that one. Tip-off tonight is at 7 p.m. This True Sports Update is brought to you by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Andrew Zimmel.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Hey, yeah, this the Tory Lowe Show, this the Tory Lowe Show, this the Tory Lowe Show. You gotta tune in, you gotta tune in, yeah. This the Tory Lowe Show, this the Tory Lowe Show, this the Tory Lowe Show. You gotta tune in. You gotta tune in, yeah. Hey, Tory Lowe, you know how it go, don't play, always up in the flow, hey. They never know, they gotta go, you don't know Tory, then you better know, yeah. All in the
101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. I guess they trying to take over the 3rd Street Market Hall today. This is what they saying. We just got an alert, Truth Nation. Y'all know 101.7 The Truth is at the 3rd Street Market Hall along with ESPN Wisconsin and 620 WTMJ, our sister stations. And I say, let's grab one of these young people. Let's talk to them. Let's get some conversation in, Andrew. You ready? You got the net? We gonna cap?
I got the net. Yeah.
Well, we ain't gonna take them hostage because we don't want none of that. We don't want that kind of smoke. But if they can come in, if they want to come in and talk and discuss, this is the right time. This is the right time. They saying that the police out here ready. Sam King said the police out here ready for the takeover. Hey, if they get a tip, and this is by 1st District, and this is downtown, they not gonna play with downtown. I'm gonna tell you right now, if they come downtown, they gonna be met with a lot of force. Don't be calling me if your kid come down here and get roughed up, saying, Tory, my kid went down there like they was trying to go to the 3rd Street Market Hall and play some games, and they got roughed up downtown. This ain't the place to come because now that they doing these takeovers, they not finna let y'all mess with downtown like that. It's not gonna go like that. Now, Moody Park, y'all can run around in the grass and do that little bit of extra. But y'all coming down to where they putting all the investment, they is not finna have that. There's already bodies laying around downtown. They already saying they scared of what's gonna happen down here. It ain't gonna be like Moody Park. It ain't gonna even be like what happened at Bayshore. They got the green light. They gonna have the green light on these kids if they out here causing chaos. I just hopefully I could get a couple of them to come in and talk so we can kind of see where we need to be and try to get them and redirect the energy into something more positive. That's what I'm trying to do. But I'm gonna tell you right now, if they gonna do something down here, and a lot of people come down, this is the tourist area right here in the city. This is the business district, City Hall down here. Downtown is almost a separate idea from the north side. They got a lot of neighborhood development going on downtown. They may not have no neighborhood development going on in your community where you live at on the north side, but down here, they always building and reconstructing and doing things. So they not going to let these kids come and mess up the downtown area like that. So if y'all got, what I post on my Facebook, hey, it's 10 p.m. It's after 10 p.m. You know where your kids at. Hey, look, it's 3 p.m. Do you know where your baby's at? Because if they down here at the 3rd Street Market Hall, if they come down here with as much 1st District is down here, which they might be met with a lot of force. And it's isolated, too, so they don't have to worry about no club goers. All the people down here around this time is people that's working. Ain't no clubs open, so they can't hide. Any kid that's coming down here right now, they gonna be, you thought that a stop and frisk was crazy. And don't let them have on a hoodie or a mask. I'm trying to tell you, it's not gonna come out good. If y'all don't know where y'all kids at, call them, send them a text message. Tell them, be proactive. Be proactive. And tell them to stay your butt at home. Because they is not going to let them tear up nothing down here. If y'all want to chime in on the conversation, 833-212-1017. They try to come take over where I'm at, the Tory Lowe Show. We got Lisa. How you doing, Lisa?
Hi. I believe they want attention. They want to talk. I believe that this is their way of saying that. Mm-hmm. Something else might have happened at Bayshore, but now they know where you are. Mm-hmm. And all the other agencies that was out there for life or whatever, and they want answers. Mm-hmm. They want to be recognized, and I don't believe they come in with that type of action today. It might have been a mishap, I don't know, but I believe these children deserve answers.
Right.
They want different. They want the community to stand up for them, because the school system is failing us left and right, you know. And with all the money that Evers put in back into public schools, where's their money going? They're left in the dark, you know. And I believe they want resolution, and this is their way of posting that for today, because they know they can't come down there and deconstruct. Right. They're not coming down there with that mentality. They want to talk.
I hope so, because I'm gonna let them in.
Planted. And I believe that seed got planted when whatever jumped off at Bayshore. You know, I normally don't get to call in because I'm in Med House and I hear your reruns and everybody else, you know, at nighttime. And
I appreciate you for tapping in, Lisa.
Doing the great work. I keep doing the great work you guys are doing. And that queen that be calling in and chiming in, she's exactly right. The children want change. They're tired of doing nothing, being looked at as nothing, you know, being downgraded as far as their grades go and everything, you know. And the thing is, oh, the poor black kids, you know, they ain't in there terrorizing no school and shooting up everybody in it. Gotta give them that.
So it's just so you said it's just attention-seeking behavior.
I believe so. They want change. They want something to do. They want to be constructive, or whatever the answer is. They want something different than what they're getting and what they're used to. Nothing. And okay, everybody don't have the mentality to raise their children, because I was one of those people. I didn't raise mine, and I'm not ashamed to say it. But they want different. You know, the parents at work, the mom or whoever got them, you know, they're left alone. What are they going to do? Make unwise decisions. But they're coming to an agreement. Milwaukee got to change. You know?
What were some of the reasons where you couldn't raise your children many times when you say that, and you're not ashamed of saying that? What were some of the reasons?
You've heard me say it on WNOV before. You just probably don't. Because the way I grew up, not knowing the people that I belong to and family, then I grew up being, you know, thinking that abuse was normal. And I chose other avenues to cure my pain, because back then it wasn't no, you know, like it is now, rapid, you know, treatments and this and that, you know, because I'm well in my 60s. And it's sad to say, but I have 5 adult children, and I pray that they grew up well, better than what I did in the homes that I grew up in. You know, they weren't here in Milwaukee either. But, yeah. Okay. And I chose drugs and alcohol.
Oh, wow.
You know, and because I thought that life was normal, because that's where I started out as a child, drinking and getting used abusively, like you go in and bring them kids back. Wasn't nobody around doing that. You know, there was other fights going on when I was growing up for our communities. You know, but I'm praying that they come down there with frame of mind, because if they smart enough to post it and get on, you know, social media, whatever they do with that, you know, and they're smart enough to get resolution. They won't change.
Hey, look, like I said, that's what we're here for, to redirect the energy.
I know that. I know that's why you're there. I know. I understand why you're there. That 1 to 4, but I was able to get out of my groups in time today to chime in, because I listen to you at nighttime, Sherwin, or you know, on our little radio. But anyway,
I appreciate you for calling in. Keep up the great work.
Yeah. And we got to give them a break. We have to give them a break, because we put too much responsibility on them. And even Dr. Ken Harris even says that we treat little boys and girls like they're grown. But, you know, they don't say the girl like they're men of the house and women of the house, because when the mom or the parent is away trying to make the ends meet, because if we spending $2 billion a day on the war that we're losing, that's the president, the ultimate of the United States.
All right. Hey, Lisa, I appreciate you for tapping in. Hey, look, that's why I say this is why we have to have an all-hands-on-deck approach. And we just coming through the first wave. the beginning of the year. Right now, we have the cleanup project, but invite a lot of these young people to a lot of these things so we can continue to keep shaping the rest of the year with the brothers and sisters on the front lines. I always told y'all, this was the year to allow the brothers and sisters on the front lines that would do this work without receiving a dime. Let's get them in the power position where we can enhance what they're doing and move forward. And there's never been a better time to do it than right now. Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we'll have more conversation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, the Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
All you have is one chance after an accident, one decision on who to call, one shot to get the help you need. Don't waste it on the one offer you get from your insurance company. Make the one call to Gruber Law Offices. It's the only one you'll need to make. Call us today. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Hi, I'm Eric Zauner, Marine Corps veteran and board member for the Center for Veterans Issues, calling on the community to tee it up for a great cause. On Monday, June 15th, CVI is hosting its 5th annual golf outing at the River Club in Mequon. This year's event is supporting CVI's Permanent Supportive Housing Program, dedicated to assisting chronically homeless or disabled veterans and their families. Grab your clubs and support our veterans today. Register to golf, sponsor, or donate at cvivet.org/events.
Are you planning a special event? Do you need a personal chef? Either way, make it tasteful. I'm Alicia the Chef, owner of Tasteful Events Catering, and we create customized food experiences for any occasion. We bring quality, flavor, and professionalism to every table. Whether it's a special event or everyday meal solutions, we focus on delivering more than just food. We create experiences. Book today or learn more online at www.tastefuleventscatering.com.
Many of our most important memories are made at school. But for children like Victoria, the classroom can be a place of fear and isolation. She wore a bandage over her cleft every day, too shy to speak, too afraid to smile. Everything changed after one life-transforming surgery made possible by Smile Train. Today, Victoria's smile lights up her classroom, a symbol of confidence, connection, and new beginnings. Due to stigma, children with untreated clefts often miss out on school entirely. But thanks to Smile Train, students like Victoria are stepping into the classroom, raising their hands, and finding their voice. Smile Train partners with local experts to support with free cleft surgeries and other comprehensive care, empowering children to thrive in school and in life. Let's help every child walk into the classroom with confidence. Visit smiletrain.org/learn.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
When you feeling like you running out of choice, boy, Tory got the remedy. Activists going to war for black people with family. Always got his foot on the pedal, running with no energy. Keeping people at a higher level with his empathy. Call him when you need him. He been an angel, but he had to work for his freedom. And his wings spread for his kingdom. And you know he gotta go to war when he sees demons. He been in them cold nights when he had to learn to hold tight. When the pain from the bottom was too much to bear, he was there to get you through the storm. And the advocate, Tory Lowe, Tory Lowe,
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Hey, we've been talking about this takeover. I guess they saying at 3 o'clock The takeover will be right here at the 3rd Street Market Hall. We got the people ready to get the kids in to try to talk to a few kids. If they do show up, we're going to try to get them on the show today. Hopefully, they'll come in a way where the police don't, get them before they can get here. You know what I mean? I don't even know if they even got things blocked off, so they may not be able to come. We may not be able to get them, but I'm trying to make sure that we're going to be an available space for whatever kid shows up that's willing to express what's going on right now with these takeovers. So we got people out here making sure that we got feelers out here that if we do see a couple kids, maybe they may not even make it to the 3rd Street Market Hall. This ain't no clubbing going on out here, so they're going to be easily identified. So it ain't a lot of commotion right now because there's, maybe after hours where people moving around, coming downtown to take care of things or coming out to relax. That's not going on at 3 p.m. So maybe a lot of the early youth, because these things string out all day. So if this is the meeting spot, they're going to slowly probably work their way down here. But if we can get some of the early arrivals or while this show is going on, we'll probably have an hour to try to pull somebody in. I'm going to try to do it. I'm going to try to get somebody in here to talk if we can, or I'll try to find a mother who had a child that went out to Bayshore or was involved in the Moody Park situation to come in and have a conversation with us, because we just got to hear from the youth right now. We got a lot of adults chiming in on the situation. Many times we got to hear a well-rounded conversation to try to get to where we need to be. And I believe in that. I don't believe in reading no scripts. I don't believe in pushing no agendas, anything. Only agenda I'm pushing is rebuild the village. Only agenda I'm pushing is advocating and becoming a resource for us, for each other. That's the only agenda I'm going to push. That's the only agenda I'm going to ever push. But at the end of the day, let's try to get all sides at the table to try to hear a well-rounded conversation, whether you like it, whether you don't like it, whether you're a child, whether you're a parent, whether you're a parent that didn't raise your kids. We're trying to get all perspectives so we can make sure that we're in the right space of trying to redirect, organize, and rebuild. If you want to join the conversation, 833-212-1017. It's a lot going on. I got a poll question. Right now in the chat. Do you think we can turn the current state of our communities around? Do you think that we can turn the current state right now with everything that's going on? Do you think that we can turn the current state of our community right now? Do you think we can turn it around? 833-212-1017. I think we can. I know we can. I'm willing to sacrifice my time, energy, and life to make sure that I do my part. I've been doing this. Do you think that we can turn the current state of our communities around? The poll is in the chat. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. If you want to join the conversation, 833-212-1017. Who do we got on the lines? Brother TR. How you doing, Brother TR?
CR. This is Brother CR Tory.
How you doing, Brother CR?
I'm just now getting up on this team piece, and I'm trying to figure out, are you aware or anybody aware of who's doing the social media posting?
That's what I was asking.
Gathering the kids and who's putting the flyers together?
That's why I've been asking that for the last 3 days. I put a flyer up and the media found me. So why ain't the police investigating? If you see the flyer and you preparing because you saw the flyer, who posted the flyer?
And if it's something, the inciting the riot is something very clear in the statute.
Mm-hmm.
All you need is 3 people committing violence. I understand that they saying this is a peaceful event, but when people are talking about going out to parents and stuff like that, they don't understand what's happening with these young people. That young people don't want to do flyer stuff. That's one of the things I'm interested in, because when I was young, we was like, oh, they having this over here. That's the last place you go to a flyer event.
Well, the thing is, this is a new era. This TikTok, this Snapchat, this Instagram, it's a whole new era.
Yeah, but like you said, when you put up a flyer, other community people put up flyers, you don't get this response. So it's something else happening.
Right. Well, I say is, like, let's say if I put up a flyer, what I meant was they know I put the flyer up. If something happens, they know to come to me. So why?
Yeah,
whoever's
I'm talking about young people.
Oh, okay, that's what I'm saying.
I'm saying organizers ain't getting these young people like this is popping off.
Right.
Different.
Right. I agree.
You know, because that's magical. We can put out a flyer and we have people in church. We can have people in in libraries, like I hear people saying. But obviously, that's not what's going on. Somebody is tapping in and able to galvanize people. What is connected to the advertisement feed? Because I'm not on social media, so I'm not. I've never seen it. What's connected? Because a lot of this violence is connected to other violent rappers. You know, they sound good.
Right.
On the talk shows, on the morning show, they smart. Or if they get on your show, they talk so smart and intellectual, but they talking about raping and pillaging in their rap music, and you wonder why people getting shot in the parking lot or fighting at Summerfest. You know, you look at who's hyping them up. People don't fight after they leave a Public Enemy or KRS-One back in the day concert.
Yeah, they spend hours talking about spinning the block, and then they get outside. Now they got to be about that action.
They got to be about that. I heard you say last week, the fake gangsters.
Right.
These fake gangsters, not really about the life. You know, they want to shoot, but they scared of getting hit, shot. You know, that's what I'm saying. I'm seeing these young people walking around with guns, stepping on their feet, head up high. Usually know they got a firearm because if they don't have a firearm, they're looking down at the ground. Not sure. But they over here aimless. Get some aim. Get some focus. What are you trying to do? That's what I would say for the parents. And that's why I'm saying once we start ritualizing that more, then we have a solution, man.
Hey, look, I appreciate you for tapping in, brother CR. Hey, look, like I said, you know, it's the thing to have these conversations on a well-rounded conversation, but it's another thing to make sure that we're about that action. And this is where 2026 come in. When it's time to tackle the issues of the village, we got a lot of issues when we got to tackle them. Who we got? Tiana, how you doing, Tiana?
It's Kiana. I'm doing good.
How you doing, Kiana? Andrew,
I'm doing awesome.
Andrew said, okay, we got Kiana on the lines. I appreciate you for tapping in.
Yep, no problem. So I'm just, tapping in on all this crazy stuff with the kids and they takeovers and meetups and whatnot. I just honestly feel like it all starts at home. Two was a single parent with 3 kids, but my kids are good. It just all depends on what we're doing around our kids, who we letting our kids hang around, how much time we put in to, support our kids and encourage them to do good and do better. Other than that, I saw somebody make a post on Facebook turning the Milwaukee Mall into like a whole place where the kids could go.
Right.
And these kids need to learn. And I think that's a really good idea. I'm not sure who has control over the Milwaukee Mall, but I think that's a really good idea. These kids here need things to do. And when they don't have anything but the streets and grown adults encouraging them to do stupid stuff or, don't have nothing to do, what else are they supposed to do?
Well, anytime energy is uncontrolled, chaos is able to take place. So that's what we're seeing is an uncontrolled energy out here that's chaotic. So we have to make sure that we redirect the energy in a more organized space. And it's going to take everybody to do that.
Yeah. And you're right about that. It definitely don't take a community because people don't do like when we was growing up. Shoot, if I was disrespectful and the next door neighbor saw it, like they was telling my parents or my parents was giving them permission to, spank me or whatever. Now, I'm not saying that spanking is a good thing, but they say spare the rod, spoil the child. I think it starts in the beginning with putting these kids in line and letting them know, at a young age instead of waiting until now they're 13 or 14. Now we ain't got no control over these kids.
Hey, I appreciate you for tapping in, Queen. Like I said, this is where we got to be as far as having the conversation. But once this conversation is over with, what are we trying to do? Are we out here being about that action? Are we in the neighborhoods trying to reach these kids before they get into these takeovers? Can we talk to them? Can we see what resources they need? Can we be connective and making sure that we do our part as a village? This is the things, these are the ideas that when it comes to the village. And also we got parents, we got adult people out here that's contributing to what we're seeing as well. A lot of these kids, are misguided, and many times they are misguided straight from the home. And we got to make sure we got to look at from an overall standpoint. We got to make sure that we do our part as best we can. I remember my grandma used to tell me when they was coming up that the neighbors were more involved in your upbringing as well. And I don't see that. I don't even see that no more. Like, you touch my kid, I'm something bad gonna happen to you. That's the attitude now. You do something to my kid, it's gonna turn ugly real quick. But I remember when the old school used to be like, hey, the neighbors used to be involved, helping out with the rearing and, being able to kind of let you know that you ain't supposed to be doing this and that. Now, I'm hearing folks saying, you better not say nothing to my kid. Hey, look, when we come back, I guess they saying the takeover is supposed to be downtown at 3 p.m. When we come back, it's going to be 3. Nobody's here yet. But we're going to keep an eye out. If you want to join the conversation, 833-212-1017. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
Join me every Friday at 11 a.m. for the Milwaukee Experience with Sherwin Hughes, presented by Visit Milwaukee. We're a city that knows how to celebrate, where the calendar is packed with festivals, the plates are piled high with flavor, and a lakefront sunrise sets the stage. Here in Milwaukee, every street leads to something worth savoring, a place that welcomes you with open arms and where joy is shared in bites, beats, and cheers. The Milwaukee Experience every Friday at 11 a.m. exclusively on The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, presented by Visit Milwaukee.
Truth Nation is the best fan base in the country.
This is my first time calling in, but I listen to you all the time, and I appreciate you and Elizabeth Brown and everything you stand for and everything that you do. So I want to say thank you so much for being you.
We want you to tap into the talk and text line every show, every day at 833-212-1017.
Hey, man, this station is on fire the last couple days.
Milwaukee Black Talk, 1017 The Truth.
I take care of the kids, and I take care of my dad. I take care of things at work. The groceries, the cleanups, the meltdowns, the doctor's visits, the family events, mealtimes, bedtimes. I take care of all the things everyone else needs. But I haven't made time to take care of what I need.
Family caregivers are often overloaded. It can feel overwhelming and exhausting. It's no surprise that millions of caregivers experience symptoms of anxiety and depression every year. But help is available, because there may only be one you, but you don't have to do it alone. Head to mentalhealthcareworks.org. That's mentalhealthcareworks.org to learn how to get the support you deserve, because mental health care works when you make the call. If you're experiencing a mental health crisis or thoughts of suicide, dial 988, a message from the American Psychiatric Association Foundation.
All of your favorite 1017 The Truth content whenever you want. The Truth app has it all. The Truth is on 1017 and 1510 WGKB Waukesha, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Justice Wisconsin, The Truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory, Lowe, The Truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory, Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 101.7 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the third hour of the Tory Lowe Show. Now, we had breaking news in the show earlier that the 3rd Street Market Hall sent out a release that there was going to be a takeover plan to come downtown at 3 o'clock. So it's 3 o'clock. If we do see young people, we're going to try to bring them in on the show. If not, we're going to try to get some young people or some parents of these young people to bring the young people in on the show. We're working on it. But once again, we got word while the show was going on that from building management, they shared this and said that there were plans of teens gathering at the 3rd Street Market Hall this afternoon as a precaution. Beginning at 3 p.m. today, the 3rd Street Avenue building will be kind of on lockdown. Truth Nation. But like I said, I can look out my glass. I can see from outside of the studio into the market hall, and I can also look and see if young people are moving around in a certain way, and hopefully we can grab if they can. I don't even know if they're going to be able to get this far as a young person, because you're going to stick out like a sore thumb, because all of these are businesses. And if you're coming down to the 3rd Street Market Hall, all that's right here on 3rd Street, on 3rd and Old World 3rd Street in Wisconsin, it's all businesses. So what you're going to stick out like a sore thumb if you try to come to the 3rd Street Market Hall, which is going to allow the police to say, okay, what are you doing down here, and things like that. So hopefully we can get something while this show is going on, or I may have to go out there and pre-record it. I'll even go pre-record an interview if I get out the show and I see some young people. I'll just go around and just get the interviews and pre-record interviews, and I'll just play it on the show tomorrow if this is the case. But if you want to chime into the conversation, also we got a poll, and we're asking, do you think that irregardless of what the state of the city is right now, are we able to turn it around? What are they saying in the poll, Andrew?
62% say yes, Tory, that we can turn it around.
62% says yes, we could turn this around. I believe it's yes. We can turn it around. We got, if you want to join the conversation, if you want to join the conversation, 833-212-1017. We got Nana on the lines. How you doing, Nana?
I'm fine, thank you. I just want to comment on turning the community, if you want to say, around, or the young teens around. First of all, I agree with the last lady that called. Everything starts from home. It's not the teacher's responsibility to teach a child, how to be respectful and all of that. Their job is to teach them, the subjects in school. But then I want to say this. You can put all you want and everything you got into trying to make a change, and that's a good thing. But if a person is not looking for change, you can sell your soul and they're not going to change. First of all, what irritates me the most is all these excuses that they make for these juveniles that do crimes. First thing you hear, they're a minor, they're a juvenile. There has to be consequences. And I'm a bus driver, and I said this to 3 boys on my bus some years ago because they were very disrespectful. They used to brag on how they went to Northridge on the weekends and robbed old ladies and carjacked them and all of that. And I said to them, 3 boys, I'm going to tell you one thing. You're going to end up in 2 places in your life, and that's in jail or either dead. And a trainer that was working with me thought that was very harsh. But I said, but it's the truth. The following school year, I had that same stop, same school. There was only one polite boy that got on that stop. And about after 2 weeks of school starting, he said to me, bus driver, you don't remember me? And I did not. And he said, I'm just going to make up some names. I was one of the ones that rode this bus and got on at this stop with Tom and Jerry last year. And I was so shocked. And I was like, are you effing kidding me? He said, no. And he said, and I want to thank you very much. He said, because that statement you made to us about we're going to be either in jail or dead, he said, that just stuck to my mind. I thought about it every time. He said, and over the summer, I was supposed to go with them to Northridge, and we were going to do what we always do, snatch purses, carjack cars. And he said, and I lied to my friends, and I told them I was sick, so I couldn't go that day. I said, well, that was a good thing. He said, yes, it was, bus driver. He said, I said, so where are the other two? He said, bus driver is just like you said. One is dead and the other one is in jail, and that's why I want to thank you for saying what you said. And so my statement is, there has to be consequences to anybody actions. Just, it has to be consequences to the wrong that you do. And there has to be benefits to the things that you do when it's good. So to keep saying, oh, he or she's just a child, they're just a juvenile, put their butts in juvenile detention. Build more of those. They're going to end up going to jail anyway. So why not send them someplace now where they can learn and possibly have a decent adult life when they get out of juvenile detention centers? But we can't keep saying, oh, they're just a kid, because that's who's doing most of the crime these days, the teenagers. They're the ones still in cars. They're the ones zigzagging and driving on the streets. They're the ones that's in crashes and have no license and no insurance. They're the ones that's carrying unauthorized firearms, if you want to say. So the only way that some changes are going to be made is when others think, well, I don't want to go to juvenile detention center. I don't want to end up in jail. I don't want this. That might stop half of them, and then the other half is probably nothing nobody can do. But there's going to have to be consequences to these kids' actions. That's the only way they're going to learn, if they learn then. So we need to stop making excuses, stop blaming others. Yeah, I was a single parent. And my kids are nowhere like how some of these kids are today, and people say, well, there was no father in the home. There's homes that have fathers in it, and the fathers ain't worth having in the home. So you can't say it's because they didn't have a dad. They had a single mom. Single moms, in many cases, do a very good job if they're there for their children and not for their for their boyfriends. They're more into pleasing and taking care of their man than they are their kids. And that's who they need to spend time with, their kids.
Hey, well, I appreciate you for tapping in, Nana. Hey, it's a lot of conversation that we got to tap into. We got a lot of people on the lines. We got Winky Blue on the lines. How you doing, Wink?
Maybe the weather will hold those kids back from coming down and acting an idiot. It ain't sunny enough for them today. I don't believe it. I've seen in Philadelphia some of them kids went out one time in a rainstorm. But I want to say something to you, man, and all your endeavors and all that you're trying to do is a great, wonderful thing. But I wouldn't be so gun-ho to invite
well, like I said, I'm going to do exactly what I'm going to do, regardless of how you feel, Wink.
No, well, I understand you're going to do that, brother.
It's going to happen, so we're going to see what happens. Right.
Hey, look here, man. Hey. Von Mays tried to do the same thing at the Juneteenth after fest. See, we're not dealing with 60 or 70 kids. You're talking about dealing with 500 of them, man, 350.
But what I'm saying is everybody got their approach, and I'm going to do exactly what I'm finna do, and we're gonna chop it up after that.
And I'm praying for you.
Yeah,
the thing is, man,
I don't need prayers. I need the village.
Right. Well, hey, listen to this here. You got saboteurs, man, that would love more.
Right.
They would love nothing more than to see something bad happen when Tory Lowe put something together. Hey. The saboteurs, man.
Well, like I said, I ain't never seen a gunshot ring out at a cleanup.
No, we're not saying a gun thing.
I ain't never seen a fight break out at a cleanup. I ain't never seen an argument over who was picking up paper at a cleanup in 17 years.
Have you ever had 1,000 or 500 of them?
Well, we had over 300 last year.
But guess what? Those are supervised. Those kids are coming.
No,
and
what I'm saying is I don't compare what nobody doing, and everybody has a different energy to what they doing. So it just depends.
I think it's wonderful what you're doing, man. I'm just simply saying,
it's been going on.
Me personally,
I've been doing it for 17 years. A lot of people that came through. And like I said, all it is about being organized. And either you're going to try to organize it or you're going to stay away from it. At the end of the day, either you're going to talk about it or you're going to try to do something about it. That's where we at with that. What's going on with did he hang wink? Wink. All right. Well, thank you for tapping in, Brother Wink. I understand what y'all saying, but like I said, we doers on this side. If I had to listen to everything that people had to say, I probably wouldn't do nothing. So we do things around here. We about that action, so I don't know no other way. So we gonna take action, and then we gonna calculate it up after it's over with. Miss Nikki on the lines. How you doing, Miss Nikki?
Good afternoon, Tory, and thank you so much for taking my call, and thank you for what you're doing. Most definitely, we can't be afraid of our kids, because if we don't get ahead of this, what's going to happen next? They're going to do the takeovers at people's house. Then what you going to do? You know what I'm saying? And this is not isolated just to Milwaukee. This is happening all across the nation at different cities. So, you know, I love the fact that you're addressing it, and I hope that you're able to get some of those kids on the show, or to be the ability to talk to them, to kind of figure out, you know, what their aim, what they need, what resources that's necessary for us to get them right. Yeah, absolutely. So thank you for that. And I think what I think is we need a three-pronged approach to this story. You know, in addition to talking with the students, we have to do something in parallel with the parents, right? Because even when I look at that video that you showed of those two grown women fighting, I'm assuming that they're parents. And if they are parents, they got kids going to MPS. So if our kids on MPS are displaying some of the behaviors that we are experiencing, and those are the parents that they have, we have to figure out how to intervene, or it's going to be hard to change. So we have to put something in place with the parents, because there's an assumption, and I heard somebody mention this, they call them Toys R Us parents, right? People with children, they're not parents. They need parenting. If you go speak to some of these principals, they will tell you that they have to parent the parent at the same time that they're raising their child on top of being a teacher. So something most definitely is needed. And I hear a lot of people saying this, Tory, there's already resources out there. There's already community programs for kids. Yes, there are. There's a lot of them. What I would hope that somebody do is really sit back and look at some of those programs and see how many kids are really participating, right? If these are programs that the kids are really interested in. Because a lot of times, a lot of those programs are really, how can I say, they're outdated to a lot of these kids. Our kids have been parentified, and they've done a lot of stuff. Unfortunately, that some of those programs at those community centers is just not going to garner their interest. So they're going to have to figure out how to get those kids through the doors that they don't want there in the first place. And that's my thing. We got to get to these kids that nobody want to deal with in the first place, because what's happening, they're becoming leaders, and they're getting more and more followers. So it has to be a three-pronged approach. We have to look at the resources that's here.
You're right. They building an audience off the chaos of social media.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we can't be afraid of them. It's only going to get bigger, right? More people are hearing about it. More things are happening. It's only going to get bigger if we don't get in the front.
Just like
figure
the
out these
Kia
communities.
Boys. Once they start putting
Just like
it out
the Kia
there,
Boys.
it just started taking off, you know.
It sure did. It most definitely did. So looking at those resources and those programs, so folks stop saying there's already stuff out here for kids to do. There is. But how many kids are participating, and how many kids is really interested in what's being offered? So that's my point.
Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you for tapping in, Miss Nikki. Kay, let's get Kay. Let's get Kay before we run the break. How you doing, Kay?
Hey, good.
Blessings.
So yes, I'm piggyback off of what she said. Some of that is, you know, she is absolutely correct, and then some of that we just gonna have to hit with the law, because just because we have programs out here, true enough, but just because the children are not doing children things does not mean the program changes. We have to get them where their mindset is, where the immaturity of them, where that lies. So I don't think that some of it is outdated because they have skipped steps in life. Now that doesn't tickle their fancy. Well, it's not about tickling their fancy, because at the end of the day, the law gonna do what the law gonna do. So either you gonna fall in place with the law, or you gonna fall to the wayside. So it ain't always about we got to make sure to so that they feel fuzzy in the inside. That's the problem now. They too fuzzy in the inside to where they think they growner than grown folks. When you skip steps in life, everybody knows this, that really follows the steps in life. When you skip steps in life, at some point in your life, you're going to go back to that step. You're never going to be able to elevate to the next phase in your life, because guess what? You always have this one step you skipped. So it's going to always bring you back to that one step. That's why we got these dudes out here 30, 40 years old with their hats turned to the side, cocked to the back, bent like they kids. They want to dress like they young, and they not. That's because steps have been skipped. We still gonna have to get them in regardless. Get them in whether we get them in so we can show them how it's supposed to be done, or the law getting them in, and they gonna show them what the law is. Period. So it's not always about catering to these kids. That's the problem. We're not catering to nothing. That's it. This is what it is. You're going to have to conform, or you're going to comply at some point.
So set a social standard.
Even with the people who birthed them, because I'm so tired of individuals calling these people parents, because they're not. That's a disgrace to folks who are really parents. These people who birth children into this world, yes, they need to be dealt with as well. Guess what? It's stuff out here. We can only bring the whore to the water. We can't make them drink. That's it right there. Either we come get it. We'll do advertising, but we ain't finna come to your doorstep knocking. Do you want to do this? What interests you? What makes you feel fuzzy in the inside? That's the problem now. We're enabling them and people who birthed them. So I'm like Bayshore Mall at this point. You come over here, you're going to get dealt with. If you get roughed up, we're telling you now this is what's going to take place. We ain't playing with you.
Yeah, the mayor of Glendale, I think, released a statement. I posted the response. The mayor of made a statement. The mayor of Glendale, Brian Kennedy, made a statement on social media, and basically at the end of the statement, exactly, they're going to handle the situation. They said the message must be clear. If you come to Glendale to cause trouble, you will be met with a swift and coordinated response. That's not about being heavy-handed. It's about protecting the vast majority of people who simply want to live their lives in peace. Public spaces belong to all of us. They are where communities happen, where connections are made, where daily life unfolds. No one has the right to take that away. And this is what they said. So that's just a nice way of saying that you come out here again. Y'all got away with this first time. But that was going to be the last time, I guess. But when we come back, we got Eddie on the lines. We're going to see what Eddie got to talk about. We got some chat. We got some talk to text. We're going to try to get to it all when we get back. Truth Nation. Stay locked in.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, Gruber Law Offices and The Truth have raised the stakes for this year. The One Call That's All Gruber Cash giveaway is now a $5K giveaway. Yes, you heard it right. $5,000 giveaway. Every weekday on 1017 The Truth, you will have the chance to be entered to win the $5K giveaway. Listen to The Truth for the One Call That's All cue to call for your chance to win $5,000. Gruber Law Offices, One Call That's All. Visit 1017thetruth.com for official contest rules.
The baked potato just became the main event. At Loaded Spud, we take comfort food and turn it into something bold. Fresh baked potatoes piled high with creative toppings like buffalo chicken, steak and cheese, and classic loaded favorites, all made fresh and built to satisfy. Big flavor, generous portions, no shortcuts. It's fast, affordable, and proudly local. Loaded Spud, Milwaukee's most unexpected comfort food. Stop in today at 789 North Water Street or visit online at www.letsgetloaded.online.
Redlining happened here. Some neighborhoods are still left behind. When decisions are made about our blocks, our homes, and our families, we deserve to be heard. The Milwaukee County Office of Equity and Empower invites you to help us tell the story of wealth by taking a short survey online. What do you need to build wealth for your family, business, or neighborhood? Take the survey and be entered in to win concert tickets, cash prizes, and more. Take the survey now through the end of March at mkestoryofwealth.com. That's mkestoryofwealth.com.
70 million people in the U.S. have learning and thinking differences, like ADHD and dyslexia. Each has their own story. This is ours. At first, I thought it was just a phase. Then schoolwork became a struggle. Emotions got bigger, and my kids started falling behind. I felt alone, like I was lost in the dark trying to find answers. Then I learned about Understood.org, a nonprofit empowering parents and kids like us. It was like we had a light to show us the path ahead. Whenever new challenges came up, their guidance helped us figure out our next step. We still have tough days, but now we have direction. And I have the tools and resources I need to help my child thrive. No matter where you are on the path, Understood can help you keep moving forward. Visit understood.org/yourpath today.
At Gruber Law Offices, we've helped tens of thousands of families after a serious accident. Our priority has always been our clients. We're here for you whenever you may need us. One call, that's all.
Prizes, exclusive experiences, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting truthcontests.com. That's truthcontests.com.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
What we doing? We out here fighting for the people. What we doing? We out here fighting for the people. Tory Lowe, part 1. We out here fighting for the people. We out here fighting for the people. I can make a sequel. All these murders is getting lethal. Low. We out here fighting for the people. It's like a slaughterhouse, and we need a water drought. They tryna wipe us out. We out here fighting for the people. We out here fighting for the people.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. We've been talking about what's going on with the city. There's so many different things happening over the last couple weeks. Question in the chat. No matter what the state we're in, can we turn things around? We got a poll in the chat. Where we at with the poll, Andrew? The poll in the chat. Where are we at? Last time we was at 64%.
69%, Tory, so the current state can be turned around.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Salute to everybody that believe that we can actually be about that action and get out there and turn a lot of this around. Many times when we talk about the things that are going on in our neighborhoods, a lot of it is just reactionary, and then we go on to the next topic. But salute to all of the people that's out here trying to repair the village. 2026, it's time to repair the village, and we're going to need all hands on deck. I appreciate y'all for everything that we're trying to do to try to turn all of these things into something positive, because we live in these neighborhoods. At the end of the day, we got to close our eyes and go to sleep with our families in these neighborhoods. So it's only to our best benefit to actually be a part of the solution. We got Eddie on the lines.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
How you doing, Eddie?
Good day, Tory Lowe. How you doing today, Tory?
I'm feeling powerful.
Okay, fantastic. Tory, I consider myself the epitome of male masculinity here in Milwaukee.
Here we go.
I am not Cajun.
You're not married. Male masculinity. You ain't got a wife yet.
Dude, it's because I dig chicks so much.
Oh, so you got multiple chicks.
When is it going to do it to me? What?
So you got multiple chicks.
Well, in my day I did. Sure, one wasn't enough, Tory. It was like a buffet over at my house. I pick and choose.
You focus on male masculinity and you single. What's that?
Tory, would it be fair to the women in Metro Milwaukee if I was with one woman?
Hey.
That's selfish. Tory, I'm willing to I'm willing to date many women at one time. Tory, I'm willing to loan myself to the women of Milwaukee's black community. I think that's quite an offer.
Oh, and on that note, Eddie, I appreciate you for tapping in. I needed that laugh. I needed that laugh. Hey, look, when we come back, True Nation, we'll have more conversations they like this right here on Tory Lowe.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Natural gas is a clean, reliable, and convenient source of energy delivered directly to you through underground pipelines. The pipeline system has an excellent safety record, but there are clues that can help you identify a potential hazard. If you smell the strong odor of rotten eggs, hear an unusual hissing sound, or see blowing dirt or debris, it could be a natural gas leak. Leave the area immediately and call We Energies at 800-261-5325.
We Energies. People you can trust. Energy you can depend on.
Hey fans, John Kuhn here, team captain of the Potawatomi Sportsbook, and there's a reason it's considered the Midwest's premier place to bet on all your favorite sports. The full bar, awesome dining, 2,000 square foot screen, and nearly 100 betting kiosks makes for an unbeatable playbook. Bet above the rest, only at Potawatomi Sportsbook in Milwaukee. More info online. Must be 21 to enter casino.
Do you hear that? And that? And that? Those are the sounds of a healthy and vibrant community. And to this United Way volunteer, nothing sounds better. They're the sounds of children being given greater chances to succeed in school. The sounds of neighbors receiving the support needed to overcome challenges, both big and small. They're the sounds of families gaining access to quality health care and nutritious food for their tables. And they're the sounds of members of our community who've benefited from United Way's financial education programs. See, wherever there's a need in our communities, there's a United Way. People working together to respond and growing the good for everyone. United is the way. So join us by getting involved or giving back. Learn more at unitedway.org.
Dad's gonna be far side, good.
What should I do with my dress?
Do little wiggles. The slate's coming in.
What does it feel like when you're down or having a bad day?
It feels sad, like you just don't want to do anything.
All my little emotions in my head is just running crazy. I don't know what to do.
As a teacher or coach, do you ever feel overwhelmed supporting kids' mental health?
I had never experienced players being so down that they can't even participate.
You're just in tears in the huddle. I didn't know what to do.
Teachers need tons of help.
Kids Mental Health Foundation offers educational materials to help guide conversations with our students.
It's so important that we are constantly educating ourselves.
It's the same as the CPR class to me. We're trying to save a life here.
The Kids Mental Health Foundation has free tools and information developed by experts because kids' mental health starts with all of us. Scan the QR code or check out kidsmentalhealthfoundation.org to get started.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat, brought to you by FidelityInvestments.com.
Now that we're in the second year of President Donald Trump's second term, our team of analysts at Bloomberg Intelligence is taking stock of how some of the administration's pushback against DEI is changing the business landscape. I spoke with Bloomberg Intelligence senior ESG analyst Rob Duboff, who says the biggest impact is how companies talk about diversity.
Mentions of diversity are down about 69%. That's on earnings calls or corporate filings.
Duboff says that while some companies are eliminating DEI mentions altogether, other companies are taking a different approach.
They're just not talking about it at all, or talking about it much less. Or the way they kind of recast diversity, instead of maybe focusing on gender or ethnicity-based diversity, they talk about diversity of experience and diversity of background.
Regardless of approach, the shift is stark from just a few years ago. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
This True Sports Update is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Andrew Zimmel. After a 3-game sweep of the Chicago White Sox to start the year, the Milwaukee Brewers lose their first game at home to the Tampa Bay Rays on Monday night, 3-2. Came down to the final frame after the Rays hit a tie-breaking 2-out double off to Trevor McGill. It was the first start of the year for Kyle Harrison for the Brewers. He pitched 5 innings, allowing 1 earned run and 8 Ks. Head coach Pat Murphy on the outing.
For his first outing with us, he threw the ball really well and responded really well, especially after the first 2 innings.
And the Milwaukee Bucks are in action tonight, taking on the Dallas Mavericks, looking to stop a 3-game home losing streak. Milwaukee's gone 16-21 at home. This is the second time the two teams have faced off. The Bucks won 116-114 in the last matchup in November. Giannis Antetokounmpo led the Bucks with 30 points in that one. Tip-off tonight is at 7 p.m. This True Sports Update is brought to you by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Andrew Zimmel.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You gon' fall for anything. You hear me? Let me tell you something. If you need me, you know how to find me. But keep doing what you doing. I'm proud of you. Yeah, yeah. He who finds himself losing himself for my sake will find it. Yeah, yeah. And he who loses his life for my sake will find it. I've been praying for peace. I've been praying for peace. Tired of fighting these beats, but they need me in these streets.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. Joining me as we broadcast live, we got advocate author Elizabeth Brown on the lines. How you doing, Queen?
Hey, salute, King. Happy Tuesday.
Hey, happy Tuesday. It's a lot of talk, a lot of different situations going on in this city. But I'm going to ask you the question of the day. In spite of what we're seeing, do you think that we can change the state of our community around?
Absolutely, without a doubt. If me and you exist, is other people that's just like us that exist, that is out here. Every new day that is given, that God gives, is a day for the belief that change can happen, change can take place. Absolutely.
The takeovers at Moody Park, they said it was gunshots last night. National media is starting to pick up on the activity. I got a call from a newspaper and the media outlet today. Many times when the mainstream media grabs the hold of the headlines, they calling it spring break activity because the kids are out of school. But I'll say this, many times when we don't want to lose the focus on what we have to do as a village to try to mitigate this. And I think that if change is going to come, it's going to be within the residents and the community right here in the city of Milwaukee.
Absolutely. And I agree. Again, like I said, it's the sad reality is that it have to go mainstream before individuals act like they give a damn. Again, this is not new to the city of Milwaukee. It's not new to any city that don't have anything for these children to do. Okay? Idle time is the devil time. We done seen it every summer. Again, like I stated, when my daughter was attending West Allis Central, and those kids was skateboarding and biking on businesses' property, on private property, and that became a nuisance. They built a park. Okay, we have to put things in play for these children on spring break, for summertime. Idle time is the devil's time. If you don't structure where these kids' energy should go, I don't know what we expecting, King. Okay. I kept my daughter in all type of activities, even if I had to pay for it, because I understand what downtime come with. Okay. And especially now we're in a time where they could do a text or a mainstream idea about doing a damn takeover. The reality of that is, again, if we put things in play, we're being taxed to the max anyway as a people. So why don't we have programs or individuals that's looking for these posts? We should have the money. The streets ain't fixed. Let's take some of that money, since you ain't gonna fix the street, and put it towards preparing ourselves for this summer for our children to find some creative things to do with their time. It's time for us as adults to redirect their energies. Again, when you see this, again, it is spring break. But the sad reality is, they don't get no attention until they do something like this. Okay. Because, like I stated, the majority of the children I know are, doing all the right things. And they barely ever get any airtime. We don't care until they doing something bad and wondering why they always doing something bad, or what we would consider bad. Okay. Again, where are the resources? I did send you an email that I received from my automatic District 7, saying that they're putting together a little teenage, elementary to teenage job fair or something that's going to be going on. I have never seen anything like it before, but again, knowledge is power. They saying, that you can be able to attend this all youth, all summer resource and employment fair that will be taking place Thursday, April 2nd from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And I just received it today. So again, like I said, it's going to happen on the 2nd. They don't give you too much time to plan. So this will be taking place on the 2nd. I just got the email today at 3:17. Okay.
Okay.
However,
So this is a job fair, basically at the Barrett
absolutely.
Center.
Absolutely. From 10 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Wisconsin Avenue, 400 West Wisconsin Avenue, right here by the 3rd Street Market Hall.
Absolutely.
From 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Thursday, April 2nd.
Yeah. And I just got it today. So they don't give you no time to prep. However, when you hungry, you got to be grateful for the scraps, I guess.
Hey.
Okay. But again, here we are, but it's something. So again, can we do better? Hell yeah, we definitely can do better. However, this is something. So for all the parents who was looking for resources for their kids this summer, because again, like I just stated, idle time is the devil time. This is a resource to get your child a summer job. Because again, if you can pinpoint them and they at work making their own money, it keeps them out of trouble. So for anybody
and I don't know
who's
nobody
looking
that's
for,
working 40 hours a week that got time to be involved in some mess.
Absolutely, even 20 hours. Again, when you teach them responsibility, and they understand it from school to work, they ain't gonna have enough energy to do nothing else. So with that being said, again, all youth summer resource employment fair is going to be Thursday, April 2nd from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Barrett Center, right across the street from the Truth. Okay. 400 West Wisconsin Avenue.
They say it's a free event. Hey, look,
Absolutely.
if you spread the word, if y'all need the teens to go work, find jobs, make sure that they attend this employment fair. Once again, we got to do a better job of getting the resources out here ahead of time. But I think that many times this is why we have radio shows and Black Talk radio shows and things like that to communicate. And I'm willing to be a source of that, too, as well, if that's what's needed.
Absolutely. And again, this event, they saying, is open to the youth from elementary through college age. College enrollment not required. They will have light refreshments. Advanced registration is encouraged and is available at milwaukee.gov/all-in. So that, again, would be milwaukee.gov/all capital ALL dash capital IN.
Okay. And also, they say that I'm seeing in the chat, the City of Milwaukee Earn and Learn program is taking applications right now. Let me see, I posted in the chat. Earn and Learn is taking applications right now. If you got a child and you're looking for them to work or deal with the summer in a more productive way, it's to your best interest to tap into a lot of these resources because these are tax-paid ideas that your money is going to anyway.
Absolutely. And again, like I said, we have to do a better job of us getting the knowledge of these resources that's taking place. Like I stated, I got that in the email today, and it's happening on Thursday. Okay, they give you 2 days to try to figure some stuff out, which, again, can we cry about spoiled milk? Yeah, but if we doing all the crying, what the baby gonna do? With that being said, for those who are able to attend that, get the word out. For anybody else that has resources that we can, again, like Tory said, use his platform to get the information out there, because it makes no sense for it to be out there and the people don't know nothing about it. Okay. I would think that there would be, these type of resources going into the schools or making their rounds, especially on Black Talk Radio or these mainstream, using these social sites to promote resources for these kids. But again, what haven't been created, it's a great day to get that started. So you have ideas, you have information. We can't do nothing if we don't know nothing about it. So,
look, when we come back, Elizabeth Brown, I want to get your final thoughts on the show today. Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Coming with straight truth.
We can do anything when it comes to being organized, when it comes to making sure that we're active, when it comes to making sure that we're holding people accountable and making sure that we get something out of the deal. Y'all don't know how to make deals. Y'all mad at Donald J. Trump because he's trying to make deals or trying to say that he's the master of the art of the deal. Well, okay, what deals is you trying to make?
Catch the Tory Lowe Show every weekday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m.
Hi, I'm Greg Fritsch, president of the Center for Veterans Issues, inviting you to get involved in supporting the CVI mission. The Center for Veterans Issues is proud to serve veterans across Wisconsin. Each year, we help more than 1,200 veterans stay housed, find meaningful employment, and connect with the support they've earned. From housing assistance and job training to case management and suicide prevention outreach, our team is here to help veterans build stable, independent lives. If you're a veteran in need of support, visit cvivet.org. Donations can also be accepted at cvivet.org/donate.
Put Brewers weekends back on your schedule when the Crew take on the Nationals April 10th through the 12th. Collect a new Miss trading card bobblehead for the first 25,000 fans on Saturday the 11th, courtesy of Toyota. Then reserve Sunday for a full day of family fun. Kids can run the bases, get autographs, and the first 5,000 kids get a Brewers wiffle ball set, courtesy of Joy. Plus, it's a kids cheer free Sunday. Grab your seat at brewers.com/tickets.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Elizabeth Brown, they said that there was news of a takeover happening right here at the 3rd Street Market Hall at 3 p.m. They got everything blocked.
Really?
They got the police down here. Somebody said that they may not even get close to the 3rd Street Market Hall, but that's what's going on. This is in the statement that we got.
Have you checked Facebook to see what's happening? So again, we're using police resources
downtown
for the takeover.
Hey, they ain't gonna let them get too close to
I
downtown.
see that. It made the New York Post. So can't you know what I mean? So it has a time.
Well, they saying it's a flyer that they got the time. They putting out these flyers. I guess we don't know who's making the flyers. We don't know who's behind the scenes. But when I put my flyer out there the other day, they knew exactly the call to come to me from the community cleanup takeover. They hey Tory, you posted this flyer, but when the young people do it, how come they don't know who did that or who's behind that flyer?
Come on. Like not only that, utilize the flock cameras, okay? This is what you got the cameras for, right? I mean,
that's what they said.
You had the dude being able to stalk his ex-girlfriend and her new boo. Like, what are flock cameras for? Send the drone up. I mean, Tory, all of the equipment that we have that we seen when we were marching for, Joel Acevedo during the George Floyd era, we seen them put up drones and all of these things. Utilize that, okay? Utilize those resources. So, because again, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, that we are still short of police officers, correct?
I don't know. They got a raise, so that's the last I heard of it.
The last I heard.
Hey, I didn't hear nothing else.
The last I heard during the shooting, when they didn't respond until it happened at night, and they didn't respond until 10, don't quote me on the time, 10 a.m., 11 a.m. the next day, they were saying how they were at a shortage, at a disadvantage because it wasn't that many officers due to whatever. So if we got the police, chasing these kids, put together a damn program. Where is wellness and safety? Okay? Because again, this is a safety issue.
Mm-hmm.
Correct? Everybody's so concerned, and this is what wellness and safety is supposed to be, boots on the ground, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, unless the mission statement changed.
All I'm saying is I don't know what they gonna do, what they organizations do. I just know that I got an alert that they was there's some people walking in the 3rd Street Market Hall now, but they ain't young people. But I heard that they was targeting the 3rd Street Market Hall, I guess from 3 to whatever. They got extra security now. You got to, they trying to get
It's
ahead of it.
almost 4 o'clock.
Hey, it's almost 4. Well, they may not can even get close. They may not. The way they got it set up right here on this corner, you may not even be able to get close.
My question then would be, King, again, so the way these kids gonna get downtown, they gonna walk, they gonna catch the buses, they mom and them dropping them off. Okay,
That's all I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
how did they get to Bayshore?
I mean, again, good question.
I'm just saying.
But Bayshore is on the bus line.
Hey, how
You know
did
what
they
I'm
get
saying?
to Moody
Like,
Park?
Again, all I'm saying is, if the takeovers are how do the question for the misleadership that's supposed to be leaders, how do you get in front of it? Okay, so we had the takeover for Bayshore, then they were saying Mayfair, then it was Moody Pool. Okay, now they saying downtown. How do you get ahead of this?
All right, I'll say
at
this.
this point.
All right, I'll say this. It's a couple flyers that went out. Why don't we know who the organizers are?
That part.
Don't the police got access to a lot of these social
Absolutely.
media accounts? Can they say if
Absolutely.
it's coming from a dummy account? Can they say it's coming from a real teen account? Or is it an adult behind this? Once we figure that out, because if multiple flyers is coming out and causing this, where are the names of the people who set this out here?
My eyebrows are up because, again, this is out of left field. Again, like you stated, all of these flyers, even after 13, 14 arrests, again, how we can't get ahead of it with all the technology that the police have outside of it. Because, again, like I said, I'm under the impression that there's a shortage. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, if it's not. Okay, that we have the bandwidth for the police to be monitoring each one of these flyers to show up ahead of time to try to stop this from happening. And if we are at a shortage, if they're manning that, who's fighting crime?
If they out there chasing kids around.
Come on, man. Like,
well, I'll say this. This is why you got leadership to try to figure this out. What I'm saying is we need to make sure that we understand the organizational aspect and can we redirect the energy. And I think that in order for that to happen, we need to know the organizers, and if they are young people, can we try to get with them and try to send a lot of the energy and more positive outcomes for them, and if it's adults doing it, that's a distraction or somebody something more sinister, then they need to be confronted as well. So until we can figure that out, we'll always have these questions. And I appreciate you for tapping in, Elizabeth Brown. I think we just lost Elizabeth Brown, but at the end of the day, this is the main thing, is to make sure that we find out the source of a lot of this. And many times, in order to find out the source of it, we have to make sure that the resources, the police department, bring in some people that, can analyze the site that actually got all the shares, from posting it. And then we can make sure that we can talk to those organizers. And I'm not saying that they, at some point, posting a flyer is not breaking the law. But what I'm saying is law enforcement need to we need to see, is it something more sinister, or is this just youth doing something, and we need to really try to confront and understand that. Now, I'll say this. I saw a lot of youth running around yesterday at Moody Park when I looked at the videos, and so that we have a couple events now where flyers got loose. Flyers got out here. And I'll say this. I know that when I post something that the media all of a sudden is in my inbox, that the media knows how to contact me. I get phone calls when I post. Even they know where the flyer came from. Okay, well, how do we have multiple flyers out here, people causing chaos, and we don't have a face of the person that's behind it? That's all I'm saying. Let's get that out the way. Let's get something in that space so we can kind of understand what's going on at the root cause of a lot of the takeover ideas. And if we can do that, we're going to still redirect the energy, because that still doesn't take away the fact that there's kids that need things that we need to try to get them in the space to do the right things. And that's kind of the village job, to try to help. You're not going to save everybody, and I hate when people throw everybody in the pot. But you can get the ones that want to make change and redirect them. And that's what this conversation was about. Hey, look, I appreciate everybody for tapping in. Salute to everybody that joined the show in the chat. Another powerful chat. Salute to everybody that sent in and talked to text. Salute to everybody that called in to the show today. Look, we having these well-rounded conversations. But at the end of the day, Truth Nation, we got to be active and about that action. It's going to take the village to make that change, and it's going to take everybody to repair the village that we see right now in 2026. I'm here with you, and like I said, we're going to try to walk it through every step of the way. But until then, keep your head on the swivel. Green don't always mean go. And look both ways before you cross the streets. I love you, Dr. Ken Harris. I'm next.